I didn't even know that was.
Wow.
It's crazy. There's an alternate universe where we start this podcast and someone walks in there and just shoots us.
Oh Lord, I hope it's me.
All right, we are technically live. Give me just a second here. We're not quite there yet. Just don't say anything incriminating now. Say anything that gets you serious jail time. Like that one thing that we all said. that one murder we all admitted to.
Which one? I don't even know.
The one that we did last summer.
I don't even know what we did last summer.
8:03 p.m. June 2nd.
It was outside of the Waffle House.
As most murders are.
Actually, no, even worse. It was outside of a Denny's.
Oh.
Where do you find a Denny's?
Hey, they were big where I was from growing up. I think up in the Northeast they have a better presence.
I used to see them a lot in Georgia.
This is like when the newscasters or the anchors are all talking and they don't know that their mics are live. They like don't know that they're on yet.
You guys ever seen the video that like it's like the two newscasters and one of them's like, I'm so pale.
Yeah. I'm just sharing links to socials right now.
Just think of like that old movie Cat in the Hat that everybody feels like was a fever dream, but at some point he's like trying to make cupcakes and he cuts off his tail and he's talking to himself, and then after the whole thing, like there's a hang in there baby poster, and then all of a sudden he comes back and his tail is tied up and he's like, no, I'm not saying we're gonna sue, I'm just saying we have a case.
All right.
Thanks.
You're welcome. That'd be crazy.
Oh, Alex, can you hand me those two papers behind you before we start too? I'd like some papers to tap on my desk.
Oh.
And we are live from the kitchen.
Coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee, this is Behind the Curtain. I'm your host, Evan Carter. Joining me is senior correspondent, Alex Freeman. With us today, we have author, fashion designer, model, Pena. And of course, our foreign correspondent from the Nether, we have Jenny. And joining us from a live feed from the fronts of Syria, we have Alice joining us. Alice, can you hear us? Alice. I think we've lost her, folks. That's okay. We're going to do our show right here. Folks, we've got a lot of news for you tonight. I think we should just get it started with the most important news story of the last month here. Alex, you want to talk about it?
Yes, Evan. There is quite a lot of news. Most pressing of the last month is the United Healthcare CEO being assassinated by based Chad Luigi Mangione. So since that happened, a lot has happened after that. Like, I feel like there's like 5 stories with this story. So if you've been living under a rock for the last like 3 weeks, the CEO, yes, Luigi.
God, not the Mario Brothers.
Free my boy Luigi. Yeah, so if you've been living under a rock for the last 3 weeks. Luigi's Mansion killed the United Healthcare CEO, which United Healthcare has rejected more insurance claims than any of the other health insurance.
And apparently by a faulty AI too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So
Wait,
this
you
is
didn't
an
even
AI
know
story.
that?
No, I didn't even know that part.
So this guy implemented an AI system that they knew was faulty, but they kept it on because it like got them more rejections.
Wow. Interesting. So AI did this. That's crazy. He should have killed the AI.
See,
He just like shoots a computer.
He's holding a gun up to a computer, like sideways, like, I'm not scared of you.
I'm not afraid of you anymore. I'm afraid. And yeah, so he was masked up, shiesty mask, pops him at like 6 a.m. with a silencer. The fucking not the sheriff. What is the commissioner? Commissioner? Sheriff?
Yeah.
I think it's
Some guy.
the commissioner, like in Batman.
Yeah, like Commissioner Gordon said, he'd never seen a murder committed with a silenced pistol. He's like, New York has its fair share of murders, but this is completely unheard of. Like, he's like, all my years in the force, I've never seen this. So, and then the footage is like, this is obviously a professional. He's masked up, knows exactly where dude's gonna be, shoots the shit out of him. His gun gets jammed, clears it. Like, clearly he's used this weapon before. The thing about silencers, which I didn't know until this all happened, is it's not about it not being heard, because even a silenced weapon is still really loud. Apparently, there is a sensor that the police use when bullets are fired. So even before anyone calls the police, they've already been informed shots fired. Suppressors keep it below that decibel. So it doesn't get reported until someone calls it in. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that. So anyway, dude gets away, goes through Centennial Park, and they completely lose him. Next thing you hear, we think he's boarded a train. We think he's no longer in, like, yeah, no shit. Like, then the next thing we hear, dude gets caught at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania. 3 fake IDs, the murder weapon,
In the manifesto.
and a manifesto. All I'm gonna say about that, and I'm interested to know what y'all think. They always catch somebody, because you cannot let people think that this is something you can get away with. Someone has to get caught for it. So I'm just saying, like, this guy got away clean, and then gets caught in like the most sloppy way a few days later. It's just weird.
Yeah, in bumfuck Pennsylvania
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
There are a lot of people that think that it's not the guy. It's
Yeah.
not Luigi. Which I will say, possibly, maybe it's not Luigi, but the evidence that I've seen is that there was like the first, it was like a CCTV picture of a guy, and he's smiling, he's cute, he looks kind of like Luigi, but the evidence
No,
that
it is
people
Luigi.
keep using is that this guy in this picture, he has a clear unibrow.
Yeah.
Luigi in his photos does not have it. It's like, well, I'm pretty sure he like ruined himself.
No, because there's okay. So there's two pictures of like 2 different guys. One of them is clearly Luigi, which is the Starbucks guy.
Mhm.
But there's pictures of
Yeah,
another
that's
guy who doesn't have the unibrow and has like a completely different jacket. I don't know if you've seen this. Have you?
The picture I'm familiar with is when he's at the hotel and he has his mask down and you see his face.
Yeah, that's the one.
And he has a unibrow in that one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember thinking, like, this could be him, because it is a shot of his face, but like angles are weird.
Mm-hmm.
Angles, like, people can look completely different, like at different angles.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. Like, it could be, even with his mask down, it could be, it could not be. I don't
That's
feel
the thing,
too.
but how do they know for sure that it was
Yeah.
that person?
Okay, because look, I'll show you. So,
Can we pull these up on your screen share by any chance?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, while we're pulling him up here, my barber is a big believer in the idea that it's a he's a patsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
a
hit
patsy.
a patsy.
There's a lot that doesn't make sense about this whole thing.
Because I looked up healthcare shooter first.
Healthcare shooter.
Either way, as most of the people on X have been saying, I take back shots with it anyway.
Okay. So
Yeah.
okay.
The SpongeBob meme where it's Squidward and goes, "Oh no, he's
He's
hot."
Zoom in a little bit on that. If it's possible.
Even worse when people started talking about his height. Apparently he's like 5'7", and a bunch of people just jump ship. And it's like,
No, apparently that was a lie too.
I thought so. That man does not look 5'7".
That's propaganda.
It's like fake news. Short king.
Okay.
And even if he was, doesn't
Look,
matter.
look at the color of his backpack.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that does look like a different jacket.
Okay, look at the jacket. No pockets.
It looks like a different kind of fabric.
No different fabric. No pockets. Look at the color of the backpack. So that matches the shooter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now look up.
Yeah, like obviously that's the shooter because that's the picture where he's shooting the dude.
Yep. So,
So, like,
everything matches
yeah.
this guy, right? Okay, now let's go back. I need to go back. Okay. And we're gonna look now at the Starbucks.
Enhance the picture.
Enhance.
Okay, now this is the
We're so legit.
This is the Starbucks guy. So this guy has a jacket with pockets.
Oh, I have seen this picture. Okay, that
No,
could
and
be.
then look at the color of the backpack.
Oh fuck!
Mhm.
So he spray painted his
Look at-
backpack black.
No, but look at the difference. Look at the difference.
Yeah, what the hell?
That is
Why not?
definitely a different backpack. Like one is white, one is black. Those are clearly
There has to
different.
be a different fabric. Not
not-
that he just painted his backpack.
Not only that. Okay, when you look
Diabolical.
when you look at this side, when you look at this
This son of a
side,
bitch is a professional.
this guy is white with a splash of like ethnic.
Just a crumb of ethnicity.
But when you look at the other picture, that's completely white.
Dude, I
Are you hearing
cannot
this
tell
shit,
much
Luigi?
about these pictures. Like I personally can't tell like ethnicity from any of these pictures.
You don't see color.
I don't. Now that backpack on the other hand,
Well, that's clearly
It's a
those are
backpack.
clearly different backpacks.
these have got to be either the same guy in different clothes with a different backpack, or completely different people, right? Like it's one or the other, right?
Mhm.
It's either him in a completely different like set of clothes.
I have to say, so is one of them like a fall raven, the other backpack's like North Face.
You see this, Evan? So like black backpack here, white backpack here.
But then the
These
shoot
two
the
people
shooter had a
are
white the
completely
shooter had a
different.
white backpack. Like the actual video of them shooting the guy.
Seems like the details on the coat are pretty similar. Do you guys think it's
Yeah.
the same coat?
No.
I don't think it's.
No,
No,
look,
I
look,
see differences.
look-
They're,
look
it's
at the
definitely they're
I
similar,
got that
but they're
one
different. They're not the same.
look at the pockets. And then look at the fabric.
You gotta
Yeah,
enhance.
Okay. All right. It
So
holds water.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
so does
it's,
a cup.
it's definitely a different jacket. It's definitely a different backpack. I'm with you. So if it is the same guy, he had a different backpack and a jacket, which is like probably not the same guy.
Because why would a guy have different jackets? Especially a guy who's traveling and staying in this area, he would have to keep his shit like minimal, so you can like make the quickest escape. You
Well,
know
he
what I mean?
probably also
Yeah.
had it hidden somewhere. Like maybe he was going from point A to point B. He happened to have it hidden somewhere in point B. Maybe I'm just grasping at straws here. But
Okay, but if you were gonna do separate jackets, you would make them completely different.
true.
Yeah, it would be a pretty dumb move to have a jacket that looks exactly like the other one, except with minor
He's
differences.
like, I look good in this jacket.
So my thing is, so the thing is, it looks like it's a guy that just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. And he just had this similar like enough.
Face.
No, not even face, because the guy who shot doesn't show his face.
Do you think one of these guys is Luigi?
This is Luigi.
Yeah.
For sure.
This is Luigi.
Yeah.
But the Luigi one is the one with the black backpack who doesn't match the.
Oh, See, now this picture does look a lot more like him.
Yeah.
This picture does not look like him.
No, it's the
Now
same.
that you mention it.
It's the
The
same.
chin looks different.
No, it's the same. It's the same.
No, I mean,
You guys are just.
look,
You guys are just conspiracy theorists.
You guys are just.
he doesn't know faces.
You know, folks, I think at this point, gotta chalk it up to a patsy. It's gotta be a patsy.
I think
But that just
I
begs
think
the
I
question.
agree. Yeah.
But that just begs the question: what weapon did they find on him?
They planted some shit.
It was
yeah.
so the weapon they found was like basically a ghost gun, like a 3D printed like handgun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, did you guys see the most recent article I've seen about him is that he's being hit with terror charges as like a terrorist.
Yeah.
In New York.
Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a murder that was intended to cause terror. I guess the grounds are going on.
Yeah,
which
yeah. I don't really.
I hate to hear it, but it's true. Did intend to cause terror to the other healthcare CEOs. You know.
I think the main story here, and then we can move on, is someone got killed at like 6 a.m, and the whole world cheered.
Yeah.
That says a lot about the system that we're in, right? Like, the story here is people are so fucking fed up that they're okay with this. Like, I mean, I've definitely heard people not okay with it, but I feel like they're a vast minority. Most of the world is like, fuck yeah. Is that been y'all's experience as well?
Yeah, pretty much. Because most people that I hear talk about it, they basically say, when it first happened, I talked to my coworkers about it, and a lot of them were like, yeah, so anyway. and what else? But there was also, and not to drag this on, but there was another lady who actually said something. What did his little bullets say? They said depose.
Deny, defend, oppose.
Yeah. And she said that to somebody who rejected her insurance claim, and then she got jailed for it.
After all this happened?
Yeah, it was directly after this happened.
Wow.
And she basically got, I don't remember how long she got, but she got jailed.
It was a nurse who was trying to file a claim for one of her patients, and they denied it. So she got mad at them for denying the claim. So she said that to the healthcare people.
And they
But
took
she
that
didn't
as a
say
threat.
anything else. Yeah.
And they took that as a threat.
That's
Terrorist
fucking bullshit.
threat. Yep.
That is fucking bullshit. Yeah, I mean, this is journalism, so I'll try not to get too opinionated, but
This is not journalism.
you know what? This is what are you talking about? This is a legitimate news channel. This is where people go to get their news, okay?
Nowhere else.
Yeah, nowhere else. We have the best
Only the
news.
best. The best news.
But
The best intro.
I'll just say this. My friend who's in law school made a good point. This is inciting violence, clearly.
Yeah.
So maybe being like that corrupt of a business should be a crime. Like it's inciting violence. Like you are causing there to be violence.
Yeah.
If not because it's a crime against humanity, it's a crime against the peace, right?
Yeah.
So
Also, if it inspires copycat killers who are far less professional, that does put the public in pretty serious danger.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you don't want to see. This is like a crazy thing. You don't want to see untrained people trying to kill healthcare CEOs. I want professionals doing it. You know.
I want to see both.
Well, yeah, it would be pretty funny.
So I mean, a positive thing from this, an outcome, is that healthcare companies, they were planning on proposing this new thing that actually they went back on it after this. So this new proposal.
Oh, you're talking about Blue Cross Blue Shield.
So this new proposal is whenever you get like major surgery, the healthcare is supposed to cover your anesthetics. Right?
Which I think that's one of the most expensive parts of it.
Yeah, it's one of the most expensive parts of it. But here's the fucked up part. They were saying, oh, healthcare will only cover a certain amount of it, and then afterwards you have to pay for the rest. So you have to keep paying for your
I heard it was a timed thing.
Yeah, it's not,
It's like you get like 45 minutes of anesthesia on the house.
Yeah.
That's on you.
Anesthesia is expensive. That was Blue Cross Blue Shield that did that. So basically, what I heard David just say is that Blue Cross Blue Shield put out a hit on the United Healthcare CEO. That way they could timely do this and be the good guy, is what I heard this term.
Yeah, roll back a stupid policy they were trying to pass. All right, folks.
Your words out.
I think it's about time we kept it moving here. I got a bunch of stories for us tonight. We're gonna take it to some international news from here, and then we're gonna get back to some national news. I got a couple stories for you from across the seas. First headline: real journalism. A New Zealander studied for a year to win the Spanish World Scrabble title. He doesn't speak Spanish. All right, here's the article. This is from December 11th. A New Zealand man playing his first ever competitive Scrabble game in Spanish, a language he doesn't speak, has won the board game's Spanish language world title. Nigel Richards, a professional player who holds 5 English language world titles, won the Spanish World Scrabble Championships in Granada, Spain in November, losing 1 game out of 24. So he won 23 straight games in a language he doesn't speak.
23-1.
Continuing, Richards started memorizing the language's Scrabble word list a year ago. His friend Liz Fagerlund, a New Zealand Scrabble official, told the Associated Press. Quote, he can't understand why other people can't just do the same thing, she said. He can look at a block of words together, and once they go into his brain as a picture, he can just recall that very easily. End quote. In second place was defending championship Benjamin Olaizola, of Argentina, who won 18 games. So, the headline. A guy who doesn't speak Spanish just memorized how a bunch of Spanish words look in Scrabble, and then he won 23 straight games of championship Scrabble. How crazy is that?
Pretty crazy, yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
So I think the question I want to ask you guys, do you think that you could basically memorize the way a word looks in another language and then repeat it?
Not better than native speaking people. Like, that's crazy that he won. Like, it's crazy enough to be able to do that. It's fucking crazy to be able to do that better than people who speak native Spanish. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah. He didn't have to learn the words at all. He just had to know how they look. And then just make that on the board.
That's crazy. I don't know, like, how do they know for sure?
That he doesn't speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Well, I think he probably told them.
I mean,
But he could just say that.
you just say that, yeah.
Like he was secretly taking Rosetta Stone for years.
I think we have a covert
anybody-
Spaniard.
Does anyone do Rosetta Stone anymore?
I mean, the thing is, it just seems like he was purely like doing it like mechanically, like purely mechanically.
Does that seem believable to you?
Yeah.
You think, okay, better than people who speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Alright.
it's believable too.
I feel like you could literally make up a language, like literally a complete like new language, as long as the symbols are distinct. This guy could probably like remember them because he's remembering, like you said, he's remembering the layout of it, not really the word itself.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
also,
it is
I will
Scrabble,
say,
it's not like a spelling bee.
Yeah, it's not a spelling bee. It's not a spelling bee. It's not
Right,
like
right.
it's not like a definition type thing. It's purely mechanical.
So that's like a photographic memory.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
what this guy has.
Yeah. Okay.
so this, I'd imagine it like kind of like memorizing video game combos. You know, you just have to remember like, you know, A with an accent, B, A without an accent, you know?
No, I feel like that would be really hard for like Spanish. Not impossible, but I feel like it'd be really hard for Spanish, especially with different dialects of Spanish. But like in my head, I feel like say if you were doing it, I don't know if there's like Japanese fucking Scrabble, but I feel like you could actually do that because especially the way that they use words, they do it in syllables.
Mhm.
So I feel like you could do that.
Sure.
That's not impossible.
Yeah.
Here, I feel like it's not impossible either.
It's I see what you're saying though. Like that's honorifics versus phonetics.
Yes.
Yeah. Like that's kind
So
of.
I feel like it is possible.
Do you think it'd be easier with honorifics than like is it easier in like Japanese or is it easier in like a Latin language? Do you think?
Easier in Japanese.
I would say,
Ironically.
I would say Latin.
Really?
I
Most
feel like it'd be hard.
mostly just because it's still the same letters at the end of the day. Just like
There'd be fewer letters with honorifics though, right? Because you can like say bigger concepts with fewer characters.
Yep.
So it's less things to memorize maybe, but also there's way more characters to memorize though.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, it's just in syllables, and if you know what syllables are used in a lot of Japanese words, then like it's kind of throwing at a dartboard. At that point, you're gonna hit a bullseye at some point.
Just just put a bunch of random characters together.
Yeah, you can't do that verbally. It's incredibly racist.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you guys think about this? Real, fake?
I think that's real.
I think it's real.
We got reals across the board. Big real. It is real. Correct.
Okay, so I did hear that one already. So that's
Okay.
fine.
Fair enough.
I didn't want to say I knew for sure though until they guessed.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna guess real.
That's a very real
Okay.
possibility in this game. Yeah, no worries. Well, awesome. Cool. You guys all got it right. That's great. That means everyone at home takes a drink of whatever you got in front of you. All right.
Cyanide.
Now.
Do it. Just fucking kill yourself.
Oh, Alex, can you do me a favor too? While we're talking about this, I shared this with you on Docs. Can you like screen share it like while
Yeah.
we're reading?
Oh, sure.
And then you pull down screen share when we
Did
talk
you
about
email
it.
it to me?
Oh yeah, I shared it with you. You've got editing privileges. You should see a notification in your email that I shared it.
Oh yeah.
Swag.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna just start reading the article and you just pull it up when you can. All right, next one. Actually, Jenny, would you like to read for a little bit?
Sure.
Popcorn to you?
I'm reading.
Yeah, from the title.
All right, so El Salvador will invest in Dogecoin, Ethereum in 2025. So San Salvador, in an effort to update problem. In an effort to boost financial inclusion, El Salvador made Bitcoin an official currency and offered incentives for adopting it. A 2021 study co-authored by Yale SOM's David Argente and Diana Van Pattern found that a lack of trust caused use of the cryptocurrency to fall off quickly. Despite the country's ambivalence, Naib Armando Bukil, El will invest into Dogecoin and Ethereum.
All right. So I can provide some context for this. This next part's kind of like long and kind of dry. So basically, in 2021, El Salvador adopted Bitcoin as a currency, and they also launched this thing called Chivo Wallet, which is basically like an app where you can collect Bitcoin, like spend it in like stores and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to continue with for most Salvadorans?
Wait, what do they call it?
The app is called Chivo Wallet, and it's a Bitcoin trading app essentially.
Chivo. That's a male goat.
It's a what?
That's cute.
No
Chivo.
goat.
A what?
Male goat.
Oh,
Yeah.
male goat.
So
Okay.
they literally named it goat, like
Goat wallet. Because it's
that
the
rules.
goat.
Yeah.
They named it after Tom Brady.
The goat. Oh, they named it after the goat.
So for most Salvadorians, the country's initial investment was met with ambivalence. Argente and Van Patten's study found that as few as 12% of Salvadorians actually downloaded Chivo Wallet. And while businesses were largely able to convert to electronic payment methods, many of the businesses in the capital city of San Salvador reported that Bitcoin payments were relatively rare. We have a few regulars that use it, but most of our customers still pay by debit or credit, said Rafael Melendez, owner of San Salvador restaurant Cajon. Melendez downloaded the country's crypto wallet app about a year after its launch. I downloaded Chivo, but I only use it for 2 of my restaurant's vendors, who would rather remain anonymous, he said with a grin. Even so, the country will commit an as of yet undisclosed amount of its nation's currency to another 2 popular cryptocurrencies, Ethereum and Dogecoin. President Bukake
I think it's
stated
Bukele, yeah.
President Woodcock.
President Bukake stated the following in a press release this morning. We have seen great results with the country's use of Bitcoin in the last 2 years. The currency's rise has brought our country impressive returns. What many critics saw as a gamble has resulted in a big win for our nation and its people. We are going to double down, so to speak, and invest even more into Ethereum and Dogecoin. Yeah. Bukake did not disclose how much his parliament's head of finance will invest in either coin.
Bitcoin.
Either coin. Time will tell whether this country's next gamble will be a big win or a bust.
Bitcoin is a great Bitcoin or a great fucking crypto name.
Yeah, they haven't done that yet.
I'm calling bullshit.
Oh, you think bullshit right off the bat, huh?
Yeah, I do.
too.
Did you guys know about the Bitcoin thing? This is actually kind of an older story. Like the
Wait,
El Salvador investing in Bitcoin.
I was gonna say true.
Okay.
All right, elaborate.
That's it. I think it's true.
I mean, that's kind of my argument too. just false.
Look, they're saying it's false. All I'm saying is a lot of Latin America, they've been doing some crazy shit lately. Okay, they've been gambling a lot. Like look at Argentina. So like,
So I'm saying false, and I'll reap the consequences if it's false. The reason I'm saying false is just this feels like an Evan story. There's a lot of details. There's a lot of names. It's believable, which is why I don't believe it.
so you're saying this as a veteran.
I'm saying this as a vet. Yeah.
I've
seen some shit, man.
This is like the equivalent of a skinwalker. It looks like an article and it sounds like an article, but there's something off about
It's
it.
giving.
That's how I feel about it.
It's giving uncanny valley.
Soundtrack for me. All these names sound very fake. They do not sound like names. Disregarding President Bukake.
Now, if the story is true, that's funny. That's pretty interesting. They're just like, yeah, we're going off of like not a fiat currency. We're gonna do the crypto shit as like our base thing. That's pretty fucking awesome. I hope it's true. I hope I'm wrong.
So I did a little more research into this. It seems like basically,
Yeah, I asked myself.
yeah,
Oh,
I had a dream. No, so I like when they invested in Bitcoin back in 2021, that was like not all of their country's money, but it was just like they were taking kind of a gamble on some crypto, you know? And Bitcoin rose like crazy between 2021 and now. So they got some like good money.
no, not only that. Doge actually went up because Trump won, and because Trump won, Musk won.
Yeah, President Musk really went out there.
So is it real or false?
What are your votes? Fake, real?
Yep. Fake.
All right. You two sleuthed it out. This one was fake.
I
David, I'm
fucking
sorry.
knew
You got
it.
fooled, dude.
I fucking knew it.
All right, you take a drink. I'll take one too for you guys fooled me.
Yeah. Shot.
Pour me a half one. Pour me a half one
The
because
funny-
I fooled a couple of you.
the
Or
funny-
fooled one.
The funny thing is they would have won if they did.
Yeah, so I will say, true details. All of the names except for the restaurant guy were real. So there is President Bukake in El Salvador. And also the Bitcoin thing is real. They did invest in Bitcoin in 2021. I'm not
I
kidding.
can believe that.
But
I can believe
not to this extent.
Yeah, not the Ethereum Dogecoin stuff. That was fake.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, El Salvador really does have a bit of their GDP in Bitcoin right now, and it's paid off for them pretty good.
That's okay. So I'm gonna give some more pro tips since I'm a veteran here.
Oh, tell them how to win the game.
The question is whether or not the article was written by Evan or not.
Yeah.
That is not a statement of whether the reporting is accurate, right? So, do you give sources for these?
I have them in a different document. I don't put the links in here because if it was a fake
Yeah,
source,
it wouldn't
have
there's
those.
no link. Yeah, and if you were to hover over, you can see a Wikipedia page.
Can you tell us the source when we read it?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like, or
I can
the
tell you the first one.
alleged source?
That's the thing. You could just post like Daily Mail, and then we just be like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I read the Daily Mail.
So this is one error I made right now. I don't have a way to do that without like showing her the page of sources.
All good.
Is it okay if
It's okay. I can't read.
Yeah,
it.
just lie to us. You can just lie to us.
I'll try to remember where I got it from. We'll just go back.
Just make shit up, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, do it.
It's the news. Just make shit up.
Folks. Okay, so I'm going to send it back to our senior correspondent Alex for another article. Alex, what did you bring us this week?
Okay, so I'm not gonna pull up any articles, and also all of these are true. There's this. We're outside of the game portion.
No.
Take a break.
All of these are real. I'm not gonna pull up any articles. I'm just gonna read you all some headlines, and we could talk about them. The metal band Knocked Loose was on Jimmy Kimmel, which is not much of a story. It's just metal is mainstream enough that it can be on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Knocked Loose is a pretty popular band. I see Evan live updating this document right now.
Making it easier to read.
So yeah, that happened. I think the story more there is like this is not like it's not a story. Like, okay, this band, who fucking cares, right? But like Jimmy Kimmel needs viewers so bad that needs to create like this controversy that doesn't exist. No one fucking cares. But so that's the story. Is Jimmy Kimmel is very desperate. Late night TV, like those talk shows, are very desperate for viewership since like podcasts are a thing now.
Well, and also, who has cable anymore?
Yeah, exactly. Like who is watching? If you're watching late night TV, if you watch Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel, let us know. Or what's the other one? Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
Does almost said Jared Leto.
I don't want to see his talk show.
Does Jay Leno still do?
I think he's done, as far as I know. He's not like
he stopped and he came back. Did he retire again?
I don't know. I think he's probably sleeping in one of his 8,000 cars right now.
Yeah.
By choice. Like he has a house and he sleeps in his car anyway.
It's probably a pretty spacious car.
There is no steering wheel. It's just a bed.
Yeah.
It's like a race car bed, but it's an actual car.
I've always wanted a race car bed, but I was a rich girl, so I couldn't have that.
I mean, if you were rich, you could probably actually make that.
A race car, but it's still a bed, yeah.
You guys ever see that episode of The Simpsons where like Milhouse's parents get divorced and his dad's like, I sleep in a race car.
Yep.
Homer's like, I sleep in a bed with my wife.
So another story is the Magic the Gathering community is a complete dumpster fire right now. Good point. Elon Musk is he tweeted that he said, how much is Hasbro? And like everyone's lost their fucking minds because Hasbro owns Dungeons & Dragons. They own Wizards of the Coast, which is Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering. And
the only part that matters.
Yeah, the only part that matters. Do they do other stuff? Is it just those two IPs?
No. I mean Hasbro in general.
Oh yeah. Well, Hasbro also known for their Ouija boards, their mass-produced Ouija boards, and Monopoly. It'd be funny if it's like, no, I didn't buy it for Magic. I bought it for Monopoly. Yeah, he just changes himself for the Monopoly.
He's the mask.
As long as he keeps the little mustache, that's fine.
Would that even be wrong? I mean, it would be correct.
It's just modern Monopoly.
Yeah.
It's all Bitcoin. Pass go, collect 200 Bitcoin. So yeah.
Instead of investing in the railroads, you invest in the tunnels.
The get out of jail is literally just a presidential pardon.
Ooh, topical.
So Alex Jones recently lost InfoWars to The Onion. Mm-hmm. Hear about this?
Yeah, I heard about it.
So Alex Jones was in his lawsuit was forced to sell InfoWars, and The Onion News bought InfoWars, which is hilarious. That sounds like The Onion article, like an article. That doesn't sound real.
I mean that's pretty relevant to this because this is kind of like The Onion.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're The Onion basically.
Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of The Onion.
Yeah. Except we're better. We're coming for The Onion.
We're the shallot.
They're gonna buy us out next. The Onion, please buy us out. We will sell to you.
I will take no less than $4 million.
So that happened. Alex Jones is now suing the Sandy Hook families.
No shot.
Because they sued him, but he's suing them now for like defamation or like a reverse suing, like basically for legal costs. So
we really pulled a fucking reverse Uno card about something that's actually like matters. That's serious. Like, come on.
And if you don't know Alice, the reason this is a thing at all is because several years ago, Alex Jones, like right after it happened, said that the Sandy Hook's parents were crisis actors.
Yeah.
There's a school shooting at Sandy Hook, and Alex Jones said it was a psyop and that the parents were actors. So, rightfully so, they sued the shit out of him. Now, because of that, years later, he has now lost InfoWars, which is this fucking huge platform. bought by the Onion. Now he's suing them for damages. So yeah, that happened.
Dude, imagine being a parent to that.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Like, how many years has it been now, and they still have to keep being reminded about it?
That's pretty nuts. You want me to keep going, Evan? I've got a few more, or we can get back to it and come back to this.
I'll tell you what, let's do a couple articles
Yeah.
on here and then we'll jump back to you.
Okay.
All right, we return to our news docket. All right, we're going to let's do a short, quick one. And Dave, do you want to read this one?
The strange discovery.
So can you go to Strange Discoveries? Go to the one that starts FSANZ. Yes.
It is.
Make sure you screen share that, and you go ahead and read that out.
Yeah,
and
we're
we're
screen
going
sharing
to check in
now.
with our foreign correspondent here.
F. Sands. Investigation reveals the Feastables chocolate bars contain traces of rat, beetle contaminants. Okay, a 2024 study by the Food Standards of Australia and New Zealand found that the Mr. Beast brand chocolate bars Feastables contain shockingly high levels of contaminants from both rats and species of pest beetles. Isn't that most of them? The bars were tested as part of the board's random screening processes. Every year, certain random shipments of international foods are seized by the
Snaz.
Snaz.
and tested for various contaminants and foodborne illnesses. A shipment containing Feastables, among other U.S.-made sweets, was selected for testing on Monday. By Tuesday morning, concerning results had come out. Researchers found out that Feastables bars contain 0.05% insect parts, or roughly 3 micrograms in total. While this is a minuscule amount and unlikely to be harmful to humans, the Sands still reject this shipment and will launch a recall in the coming days. Now, all I will say is, personally, I wouldn't mind this. It just needs more protein in my bars.
Damn. That's a hot
Maybe
take,
not
man.
the rat things. The bugs, yeah, because I mean, in a lot of countries they eat bugs. That's not even a racist thing. One time I tried. So the lady told me it was metlogi in a Korean supermarket. It was roasted grasshopper.
Oh,
How was it?
It was good. It was crunchy and it tasted like popcorn.
Nice.
wait, what did she call it?
Metlogi. That's like Korean for grasshoppers.
Huh.
Oh, so she told you the truth.
Yeah, she didn't tell me the truth. But of course, being a child, I did not know Korean.
Yeah, Methogy, yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's a silly name. Let me try it. And
On the flip side, dude, imagine a Korean tourist hearing the phrase Rocky Mountain oysters.
And then, yeah.
Dig in, dude.
It's like, what did I just eat? Sigma face.
Yeah, another point you make is that are all candies like that? Like contain weird shit? Like food coloring,
I mean,
just like beetles, right?
Well, I mean, not even that. Just in general, when it comes to a lot of food stuff, sometimes insects just get in there. Like, you can't really.
Yeah, you're not
Oh,
talking
wow.
about how like because there's a certain coloring that you can only get from like a certain type of bug. I think it's like a certain type of bug or spider from like Latin America, but it's the specific color red
Yeah.
that their fuzz or whatever it's called. It after they like purify it and do a bunch of other shit to it, it turns red.
They're
They
like-
use it for like dyeing clothes and stuff like that. But sometimes it gets in food.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. They're these little round things.
Yeah.
With legs. They're like this big. They're like bed bugs.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
really smaller than bed bugs. Like they're super
Yeah,
tiny,
but
but they're so cute up close.
But you just get insects in general. That's why there's like a certain amount of percentage that's allowed. It's never gonna be 0%.
So I looked into this
That's
a little bit on
crazy.
the FDA side. The FDA has guidelines for how much pus is allowed in milk. Do you guys know this?
my god.
You know, from the inside of an udder.
Okay, that
my
makes sense.
fucking
That makes
god.
sense.
Yeah, that is horrible.
But it's never gonna be 0%. That's impossible.
I mean, fair enough, right? Like,
It's-
yeah.
It's a
I'm sure it's
tiny,
fine, right?
Tiny,
Like, it's not
tiny amount.
gonna be an issue.
Even if it's not, like again, especially with cows and that type of like,
It's gonna happen.
it's gonna happen because one, they're being overworked to fucking death. Like
Yeah.
you're just
They're blistered.
they're blistered at this point. You just keep going. Like imagine if a woman had to basically sit there and get milk. Actually, no, I don't want to imagine.
I just unlocked
I
a
do.
new fetish. You just unlocked a new fetish.
Yeah, it's not new.
keep this video off of Blizzard.
I'm.
Oh no.
I want to get milked until I puss.
Wait, did you guys
I'm gonna pause.
do you guys know about the Blizzard thing?
I'd rather not.
Blizzard,
but-
the company?
Yeah.
No, what's going on with Blizzard?
So there was a point where they were getting sued because there were women that worked for Blizzard and they would keep like breast milk because they would have to like pump themselves and keep it like in their fridges or whatever, and there were other employees that would steal it from them,
Yeah.
and they were getting sued for that.
That sounds like Blizzard.
That
That sounds like
Gross.
Blizzard. That
That
sounds
just
like
sounds
a
like any work environment because people are always stealing lunches, right?
Okay, but I feel like
it's not a pervy thing, it's a hunger thing. It's a desperation thing.
So,
Sometimes I just need some milk. Like,
oh, free
Like
milk.
crawling to the fridge. We have no choice.
no, what's that
okay?
one? The picture where it's like the guy. There's a sign. He's like, there's an Oasis on one end, and then it's like something horrible on the other end. It's like the company fridge that has breast milk in it. And it's like McDonald's is right there.
breast milk fridge is 40 miles away, and McDonald's is 0.2, and he's just crawling towards it.
Oh my god.
It's horrible, but yeah, that's basically what that is.
So back to your story, I think it's true.
I
Okay,
also think
That's true.
we got truths across the board?
Yeah.
It's a fake story!
No!
Ooh, motherfucker!
No! No! Okay. Shots?
Yes, because David took my cup, and I have no idea.
You son of a bitch!
That's how he
It's
is.
right there.
Is it?
This?
No,
What are you looking for?
it's a
This?
shot glass.
Oh.
It's a shot plastic.
It's a little tiny solo cup. It's like
You
a
want
solo
to?
cup for mice. Or well, no. They're
What is
little
this, a solo cup for ants?
hands- Their little hands can't hold.
Oh, by the way, just quick tangent. Did you guys see Zoolander 2?
No.
I haven't.
I watched it. It was surprisingly funny. I thought it was gonna suck ass, but it actually had some pretty funny parts, dude.
Just by the name, it sounds like it was suck, but again, it's a sequel, so I would immediately think
Yeah.
it sucks.
A sequel like 12 years down the line.
Yeah.
Too.
Apparently Gladiator 2 is alright also.
I'd like to see that.
I'll go see it, dude.
Yeah.
So-
It's got Denzel.
What are you doing after this?
Any
We actually watched Gladiator like what 2 a week? Actually, yeah.
in preparation for Gladiator 2?
No,
Just by
actually.
happenstance?
It was because of our roommate, because his birthday was recently. Shout out to Jake. But his birthday was recently. We watched Gladiator, and then yeah, you gotta watch Gladiator 2, and he's like, fuck no.
Mm.
I'm like,
I'll watch Gladiator though.
yeah, like
Yeah.
he would watch that like 12 times. Like that's how much he loved Gladiator, but apparently he does not want to see Gladiator 2. We watched the trailer for it, and I will say it was very narmy. It was
Narmy?
so that is
It's fucking matter me.
You can't call them that. That's it.
I don't know
Can't
how to
call
explain
them
the
that.
term, but when you see something like that and it just looks so bad,
It's not bad.
it just the
Oh,
trailer
that's
looked
that's called bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you see something and it's really bad,
But
that's
I have
called
to use
bad.
something new and not known by most people
Narmy.
because I have been
I like
chronically
it, I
online
like it,
since
I like
like
it.
10 years old. So,
Is that a
no,
thing?
yes,
Narmy
Is that Chugi? No, Chugi is.
I don't even know what that is. That just shows I'm not chronically online.
Look,
enough.
the only gnarly thing about it is that okay, they have
I'm
okay.
not gonna live this down for the rest of the
They
night.
have Denzel. Is it Denzel Washington or who's the black?
I think it's Disney.
They have a black actor as one of the characters.
In Gladiator 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Denzel.
And because of that, in the trailer, they have to incorporate hip hop music.
They don't have to.
David, they don't have to, man.
Just
Jeez.
Just because there's a black person does not mean they have to incorporate hip-hop music.
It's
Okay, guys.
I mean, okay. Do you guys know about the new Assassin's Creed that's coming out?
Oh God. No. Go ahead. Tell us about it.
No, I don't.
So the new Assassin's Creed takes place in Japan, but so they have two main characters, and one of them is a black man. The whole I forgot his name. It's like that
Oh,
one.
yeah,
the one,
yeah, that actually happened.
the
yeah.
one black samurai that ever
Yeah, yeah,
existed.
yeah.
But anyways, because of that, the trailer for that also had hip hop music.
It had like more
Wow.
hip-hop-based music.
So both Gladiator 2 and this new Assassin's Creed have hip hop just because they have black characters.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what does that say about those companies?
I hope it's all
Or-
throughout the movie too. Like, how funny would that be?
I'm gonna present a counterpoint.
It's like Kanye West comes on.
I'm gonna present a counterpoint here. What if they have black characters because they want to use hip hop in their trailers?
They don't have to. You don't have to have black characters use hip hop music. And you don't have to have. You don't
Either
have
way,
to,
it's terribly racist.
Either way, it's racist. But that's the thing. Maybe they weren't doing it for that point, but for the Gladiator one, I feel like they did because again, it's fucking Gladiator. Why are you using hip hop music?
Like,
Why the fuck are you using hip hop? It's different, like how they were using hip hop music in Samurai Champloo.
I mean,
Like
okay.
good job as music.
Imagine if they had incorporated a fucking Mexican character, so they had to put in Marathi music.
All right, guys.
No,
I think
that's
we're gonna.
crazy.
I think we're gonna go ahead and change gears here. We got plenty more stories to
Moving
get to.
on.
I have plenty more things to get angry about.
Okay. I think you want to move down the line. Alex, would you like to read our next story?
Yeah.
All right, go back up to Hippo Pharaoh. Up to Hippo Pharaoh.
Deadly Pigeon says, "Where's my Russell Crowe?" Is he not in the next one? I don't know.
Is that a rhyme? Let's do a rhyme on my podcast.
Where's my Russell Crowe? That's my idea of rhyming.
Okay.
It's literally the opposite of a rhyme.
Where's my Russell Crowe? Ho.
Close enough.
That's rhyming.
Sharing my email with everybody. Hope there's nothing embarrassing there. Didn't mean to do that. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
As long as it's nothing from like your doctor or something, that's like a HIPAA violation. Ah, HIPAA!
My cancer screening results are back.
Oh God!
I mean, somehow
Breaking
that's better-
news.
Somehow that's better than like an STD screening. Like let's be real.
Reply: inventing more powerful ointment.
So which one do you want me to go to?
Hippo Pharaoh. The first one is Strange Discoveries.
Hippo Pharaoh. Archaeologists discover history's first mummified hippopotamus. Cairo, Egypt, by the Associated Press. In a groundbreaking discovery early this week, archaeologists unearthed a mummified adolescent hippopotamus. Ancient Egyptians mummified a wide array of animals throughout history, from cats to crocodiles. But a hippopotamus has never been found in any of the country's dig sites. That changed at a new dig site near the Temple of Saqqara. Egyptologists have long debated the absence of hippos from the mummy record. Some prominent authors have pointed to the hippo-headed goddess of fertility, Taweret. Taweret is typically depicted with a hippo head and often depicted with a pregnant belly and pendulous breasts. Nice. However, most have agreed that there are no mummified hippos because it is too hard to capture one, let alone kill it. Fair. Hippos can run 20 miles per hour and have an impressive bite force of 1,800 psi. Humans have a bite force of around 162 psi.
Just to jump in for a second, that sentence there, that's one I added to the article.
Oh, okay.
Just make sure. I wanted to add that for context, get my Joe Rogan fact in there. Continue.
Is that a lie or true?
That's
And
true.
that's the better.
That's true, David Pena.
It's the only true part. The hippo mummy is an adolescent female specimen. Archaeologists on site said that it would be difficult to determine the animal's cause of death due to the complicated mummification process. The specimen is being sent to the University of Cairo's MRI laboratory to be analyzed. Finding a cause of death could answer several important questions, such as whether she was killed or found dead by ancient Egyptians, and whether it was tied to a religious ceremony. The mummy was found in a collapsed tomb near the Saqqara dig site. Archaeologists have also unearthed many shards of pottery and several pieces of gold jewelry. The mummy's overall purpose remains to be seen.
I'd just like to point out one thing. So I discovered an article, remains to be seen. They put a little pun in the bottom of that. Someone put a little pun in the bottom of that one there. I also like pendulous breasts.
Yeah, so did everybody here.
Pendulous breast is good. That's how I know you didn't write that one.
That's
You would never write something so dirty.
Yeah.
it's almost too fake.
So
I mean, I've guessed wrong once already.
I will say, I just want to jump in here for a second. I did a little research on this one too. Egyptians mummified crazy animals. Like pretty much everything except hippos. Like lions, baboons. Seems like just about anything they could get their hands on. They mummify at some point. But like they said in the article, a hippo's fucking scary, dude. Like I don't think they ever really were able to get one. You know,
with basic weapons.
Yeah.
Probably they probably
like they had like kopeshes and shit. You know. Yeah.
They probably wrote it down with like chariots or something.
This was an adolescent hippo. This was like a young.
That's what.
Well, even if you use a chariot, they would just go back into the water. So like,
Didn't that?
Dude, a hippo could fuck up a chariot too.
Yeah.
Dude, that hippo just
Alright,
turns
fair,
sideways. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Chariots don't mean
They're like a
shit
moose,
to the
dude. You could
mass
run
of
a
hippo.
car into a hippo, I feel like.
So didn't
Oh
that
god, I'm
say?
terrified of moose. Like, I never want to go to Canada. Just
Okay.
like, simply that.
So goddess of fertility, Taweret, was the hippo goddess.
Mhm.
Do you think that has something to do with it being like an adolescent female hippo? Do you think this is like a ritual of some kind?
That's what they're asking in the article.
That's what I would think. But also, I feel like y'all said, it was just really hard for them to actually catch one. So, an adolescent one, if they did at any point, it would probably be one that just happened to stray too far from the herd or whatever. And because it was adolescent, they just somehow managed to get it. Or it was already dying. Like maybe it was a sickly baby or something.
Mhm.
And they just monitor it to make sure that it would eventually just pass on, or it was weak enough to where they could.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't say anything about, they don't know how it died.
Alright, so
So it was probably just a dying one.
So fake or real?
I think it's real.
I think it's real too.
I think it's fake.
Final verdict?
Yeah.
The article is fake! You
What?
got fooled,
You
dude!
son of a
That's
bitch!
fine.
You
David, nice job.
motherfucker!
Yeah.
Dude, he is so good at this. Holy shit!
I'm gonna go pee as my victory.
Yeah. Pour me a small one because I got some
You
down by one.
motherfucker.
Throw it out.
But
Doesn't-
that would be a really interesting story. Plus, it's Africa. How can y'all not get a hippo?
Yeah, so this is one, I listened to this whole podcast. Shout out to the podcast Ologies with Allie Ward. I listened to a whole Egypt, like a mummiology podcast about mummies. It is true that they've never mummified a hippo. They just really do, scientists do say they probably just couldn't kill one.
One, yeah.
Yeah, so they're just like, fuck it.
So is it true that there is a tower?
That's true too.
That is true? Okay.
Yep.
Because I never
Everything
heard of
except for the mummy thing.
her. Okay.
All the details. There's also a dig site near Saqqara. I don't think Cairo has an MRI laboratory. I made that up.
Well played, you
Whatever.
motherfucker.
Well, I'm also thinking, because part of me wanted to say it's fake because I felt like, it was going off of the whole, they just recently found like a mummified baby mammoth.
Mhm.
So I thought it was going off of that.
Mm.
But I also really wanted to believe that was true because that'd be really fucking cool.
It would be. And honestly, it really does like answer and pose a ton of questions for like the Egyptology school.
Yeah. Too bad it's not true.
Yeah.
So Deadly Pigeon said they just found a saber-toothed tiger in ice. We might see some saber-toothed crossbreeds like they were trying to do with the mammoth and the elephant.
Yeah.
The ancient Egyptians built the damn pyramids. Catching a hippo is child's play comparatively. Good point.
And
Good
yet
point.
they didn't catch it.
And yet they didn't build the pyramids. Aliens did.
Okay, hey, you know what?
Yep, thank you.
I want to throw
Sure
this.
did.
Fake news.
I want to throw this. With all of our modern technology, let's say you have unlimited funds.
Mhm.
Capture a hippo alive. What are you gonna do?
Shoot it. Probably with,
With
with
a-
Like non-lethally shit.
capture it alive. Yeah. Yeah. Darts.
Yeah, tranquilizer darts.
Like 30 darts.
I mean, it's gonna be fucking running around between the darts.
Yeah.
The question is, how do you transport it?
Yeah, and how do you mummify it, dude? I mean, how do you even flip it on its back to
Back.
mummify it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Forklift.
See, and you're saying that.
That's why I got my forklift certification.
So I can mummify
So I
it.
can flip and mummify hippos.
Yeah, just flip it like a cow.
Yeah.
Just tip it. See, you're saying that, and then in my mind, I'm just having the intrusive thought of, like the aliens guy, a big net. Just the biggest net you can
Yeah,
get.
a giant net and a helicopter.
Yeah. It's like we got her, boys.
You said alive. You didn't say uninjured. You
That's true.
brutally maimed this hippo.
And I would feel bad because they're just trying to go about their lives. It's huge, but
Deadly Pigeon says give it food, but slip in some Cosby juice.
not the Cosby juice.
Thank you to our correspondent, Deadly Pigeon.
Deadly Pigeon.
Deadly Pigeon. Thank you. Yes,
Pigeons
reporting
aren't
from.
real.
Yeah, pigeons aren't real.
Pigeons are not
He's
real.
obviously a fed.
The
That guy's
tinfoil
fake.
hat
I made
stays
them up.
on.
Yeah.
That's every time I say something at work, they're just like, "Oh yeah, the tinfoil hat stays on while we decorate cakes," and it sure fucking does.
So after repeatedly for years saying that he wouldn't do this, Joe Biden pardoned his son Hunter Biden. Going forward in time.
Mhm.
So crimes he commits in the future are now pardoned. Also going back in time.
So basically, he just said, "That's my son. He's allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants."
Yeah. Acquitted of all crimes in his past and also one upcoming crimes to be committed in the future. After repeatedly saying that he would not do this. Him and what's her name? What is her name? The press secretary. John, is it John St. Pierre? Is that her name?
Pressica. I was kidding.
Pressica.
That's a
Yo,
beautiful name for a baby girl.
Pressica. The press secretary. Pressica Jones. Pressica Jones.
Well, damn. Mr. Biden, could you be my daddy?
Karine Jean-Pierre. Karine Jean-Pierre and Joe Biden both repeatedly.
Korean John Pierre.
Korean Jean-Pierre. And it might be a live issue. If you are if the audio is cutting out, this will go up. And you can still, if you're having issues with the live version, this will air with the audio as well. We're recording it. So I'm sorry if for the live viewers if there's audio issues. Not really anything I can do about that. But
yeah, our apologies. Our studio is actually in Flint, Michigan, and
yeah,
but all of our staff's been drinking the water, so
that's why we're all retarded.
I'm pretty sure my organs are failing at this point, so.
But yeah, basically, the press secretary and Biden were both asked about this over the last term, whether or not Joe would pardon Hunter Biden, and he repeatedly said no. And then I think no one would really blame, like, okay, if I was president, I would pardon my son.
yeah, because also
It's like, yeah, motherfucker, I am above the law. I am above the law.
So I'll also say this too: the incoming administration was gonna fucking crucify him,
Yeah.
dude. Like, if he went to trial, dude,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
with the Supreme Court and the president and like
And rightfully so.
Woo.
And they should. But if it's my kid, the story here is that he repeatedly said no one's above the law, including my son, and then did it anyway.
Well, also,
I don't really have an issue with him doing it, but the repeatedly lying about it is like typical.
I don't think he was lying about it though, because Mans is not all there. He is
Yeah.
not all there.
Like,
Like I'm
pardon
pretty
who?
sure that man does not know what he ate for breakfast this morning. Like
Yeah.
there's one interview, I don't remember he was on a plane. I can't remember what it was for, but he was talking and he looked like he was like halfway to passing out, and there was just a guy, and you could see his face like over his shoulder, just staring at him like. And I made jokes about this to David when I saw it, but I was like, that's literally the guy just standing behind him with a taser, like just to zap him back to life, like. Like, oh, he's looking out.
He's got like a
Like,
syringe
anyway.
full of adrenaline. Just like, get him
Yeah.
going.
Do you guys have a favorite Biden quote?
If I
No.
can remember.
I don't.
My favorite is the poor kids can do just as good as the white kids. That's a Joe Biden quote.
I mean,
But
I mean,
anyway,
yeah.
no.
I'm gonna make this non-partisan
His
for a sec.
words.
You can find some pretty fucking bad quotes from just about anyone.
oh,
Yeah.
no doubt.
Yeah. Also,
However, that
to,
is a fucking crazy quote.
Yeah. To play devil's advocate for a second, Trump also did pardon several members of his family, Kushner.
But I expect that.
Yeah.
I think that's
Sure.
He's
yeah.
never said anything about not doing that.
I think that's I agree with what you said. Yes, and like
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, pardoning a member of your own family is
like they're
something
both,
that it's not totally out of the norm.
they're
Saying
both
you're not
corrupt as
gonna
shit.
and then doing it, it kind of sucks. I'm
Yeah.
with you there.
Yeah. Another one.
You know, give us one. Excuse me. Give us one more, and then we're gonna move back into it.
So Hawk Tua.
Oh no.
I don't know her actual name.
It doesn't matter.
It
Let's
really
not
doesn't.
even fucking dignify
really
her with her
doesn't.
actual name on here.
Hawk Tua did a classic Bitcoin pump and dump. You guys hear about this?
I did not hear about that. I
I
heard about like all of her just releasing like merch and shit like that, and then I just clocked out mentally. 'Cause
How-
what's the point?
I feel so betrayed that our Messiah would do this to us. It's devastating news. F's in the chat. Because she did. She told everyone to buy her new Bitcoin, her new crypto, whatever it's called. Probably Hawkcoin or something.
It is Hawkcoin. Yeah,
Is it
I'm pretty
really?
sure its ticker symbol
it's
is Hawk.
It's
Yeah.
Hawk. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, she told everyone to buy Hawk. And everyone did, and then she did the classic pull out. So she made a bunch of money, and everyone else that invested in it lost a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Which is illegal. And now she's facing federal charges. Because that is fraud. That is illegal as fuck. I think probably what happened, the same thing with her starting a podcast, is what happened is she hired some producers that are like, okay, you've got 5 minutes of fame. Here's how you cash in as much as possible. And we're just going to take 10%. We're just going to take 10% off the top. Not giving a fuck about her.
Yeah.
Just being like, okay, here's how we can make a quick buck at her detriment. Tell her to start a podcast and then start a crypto coin. And they're like, we got literally 5 minutes to do all of this.
Yeah.
So everything all at once, and then throw her to the wolves. I
Yep.
think is basically what happened.
That's basically what happened.
Yeah.
Because she's just some girl that
Yeah.
did a stupid thing on a video and tried to profit off it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But then doing the Bitcoin thing,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
having someone direct you to do the Bitcoin thing.
Scamming a bunch of people out
Yeah.
of money is a crime.
Yeah.
And she's potentially facing like serious time
Yeah,
for this.
like federal.
Because the thing about that is because it's thousands of people, it's a class action lawsuit. So that's individual charges for each person.
Mhm.
So she's facing huge fines and potential jail time. So she's in some serious trouble.
That poor girl, but also like
I don't really feel bad for her.
I don't feel bad for her.
I mean,
I
our
don't feel bad
queen.
for anyone who lost money on her either. If you
yeah,
were a big,
that's the thing. I
yeah,
don't feel bad
that's
for
true.
anybody.
if you're a big enough,
This is a
asshole-
victimless crime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking stupid.
Like
So-
if I were a judge, I would immediately see this and be like, "You're all fucking stupid."
Yeah. Next.
She deserves
Court
her
adjourned.
All right, I'm sorry that took a while. I was actually busy fixing the toilet.
Oh shit! I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's fixed now.
Oh, well, thanks. Would you plumb it with your hand? How'd you do that?
No, don't.
Yeah, we don't need to get into this. We're gonna move on to our next story here. All right.
I cleaned myself, okay?
I
cleaned myself.
And left.
I've been having to use
I
it the whole
cleaned
time.
myself.
Little poopy boy.
Okay. So we're moving on to our next story here. This one is about a cold case that I think could still be solved. This is one that isn't over yet, guys. It's still possible to solve this one. Jack the Ripper breakthrough as newly uncovered letter, quote, identifies prime suspect, end quote. I was kidding. They're not gonna solve that shit. All right, the article. This is from December 16th. A letter bought on eBay, which appears to identify Jack the Ripper, has been authenticated by scientists. The 14-line note, which was snapped up by a Bradford carpet fitter for £240, could now be worth £125,000 after scientists found it was written at the time of the Ripper murders. It describes how one of the main suspects in the case, Aaron Kosminski, had attacked a woman with a pair of scissors less than a year after the killings. In an apparent reference to the Ripper murders, the author wrote, quote, "It's a wonder he..." Oh, wait, actually, let me do this in an accent. "It's a wonder he hasn't hung for what he did to those poor girls." End quote. The identity of the killer of 5 women in the East End of London in 1888 has remained a mystery. Polly Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Kate Eddowes, and Mary Jane Kelly were all vulnerable and sleeping on the streets when they were murdered. The letter is thought to have been found in an old book in Australia during a stock take at the University of Melbourne's theology department. Tim Atkinson, 58, from the online auction site, and commissioned a scientist at Liverpool University to forensically examine the note using a video spectral comparator. And then, do you guys want to go into the Jack the Ripper theory at all? I can read more if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna skip over like the proof stuff. I can bring back to that. Skeptics of the Kosminski theory claim that the Polish barber could not have committed the killings because he was in a psychiatric hospital. But the letters appear to show this not to be the case. The letter was sent in 1889 from a Reverend William Patrick Dodd and talks of an attack on a woman named Mary by a, quote, Kosminski, quote, who ran screaming at her with scissors in the East End. It mentions a Tilly, thought to be a reference to Matilda Kosminski, the suspect's sister. Mr. Atkinson discovered that the letter's author was attached to All Hallows Church, Barking, East London at the time. He matched the signature on his letter with that of the Reverend's on a parish register from 1897. Police reports from 1894 revealed detectives believed he had, quote, a great hatred of women, especially of the prostitute class, and had strong homicidal tendencies.
The first incel.
Yeah. But Kosminski was never arrested and died in an asylum in 1919.
Huh.
So, new evidence for the Jack the Ripper case. What do you guys think?
You think he did them all?
No.
I mean, the
Was he
murders.
Jack the Ripper?
I don't think he was Jack the Ripper.
Do you guys think there's a singular Jack the Ripper?
No.
No.
There's multiple
I already heard the question. Nope.
Rack the Jippers.
Whoa! Whoa!
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, we can't talk about this without talking about the case at large, right? So, like,
I'd love to hear what you think about it.
I mean, before this, and still now, I think Jack the Ripper is multiple people. And possibly even like government agents.
Oh, that's
I
the
don't
first
know.
time I've heard that one.
I don't know about that one.
Because I mean, you can crack down on crime that way. It's like the world's first serial killer.
The way you said that, like, thanks, McGruff the crime dog.
It's
You
giving
can crack
McGruff.
down. You can crack down on crime.
I mean, yeah, that's my hot take. It was the government. What else is new?
Okay, so what do y'all think of the thought process? I've heard a lot of people say this, but a lot of people think that Jack the Ripper was actually a woman.
Jane
Like,
the Ripper.
I guess, yeah, Jane the Ripper, like a woman
I
scorn,
have heard
basically.
this. I've heard this
Who,
theory too.
at that point, she was not allowed to be a doctor. But the way that Jack the Ripper's murders happened, Jane the Ripper's murders happened, they were very what's the phrase?
Refreshing.
Medically accurate. And a lot of people noticed that, and they're like, "Oh well, not a woman at that time wouldn't know that." And it's like, but what if she did? What if she, even if she was able to learn this, or maybe she had a husband who was actually a surgeon, and she was able to you know, they had books at that time. She was able to read his books, learn from it, because you were a stay-at-home mom at that point. That was basically all you were allowed to be around that time.
Are there like theorized like Jane the Rippers, like people that?
No, I haven't seen any that are
Okay.
actually like any one named woman or anything like that. It's just
But it
like,
could be a woman, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what some people
There's
say.
no reason that it would
could
have to be a man.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I think that was it might have started in an area of like, the idea might have started in an area of misogyny at that point, because a lot of people would say like, oh, it was a woman scorned because Jack the Ripper went mostly after prostitutes. And it could be a misogynistic thing, like maybe it was a woman scorned, she's just going after prostitutes that maybe her man, or even if her quote unquote man at that point or whatever, actually went for these women, and that's why
Could be
Jack the Ripper, quote
could
unquote,
be
went after them.
also because that's kind of the parallel to the like misogyny argument, which is that this dude was just killing prostitutes.
Yep.
Because he just hates women. That would be kind of it could just as easily be a woman scorned in that kind of situation.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
you also think about it goes hand in hand. It could be that, not saying it couldn't be, but also like most murderers, serial killers, whatever, they're always going after prostitutes because most of them are undocumented. Most of them don't have
If you're gonna
family
kill,
or-
those are easy people to kill.
exactly.
Yeah.
It would be prostitutes or homeless people.
Fair enough.
Have you ever heard the idea of the less dead? It's essentially people where society will just forget about them if they
Yeah.
disappear.
It's
Yeah.
basically that. Yep. Which you don't hear about any homeless people that Jack the Ripper was going after. You just
Why-
also hear about prostitutes.
That's why I started a podcast. If I die, I didn't kill myself.
You can swim.
Deadly Pigeon says that Jack the Ripper was the Luigi of his time.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Agreed.
You hearing this shit, Luigi?
Based Luigi.
Why are you grabbing him by the neck?
Hey, have you guys ever
Jack the Ripper kind of based.
have you guys ever heard the theory
Allegedly based.
that it was Gandhi who did the murders?
What?
No,
Oh
that is
no!
the first.
Listen to this. During his years at school, Gandhi was considered an average student. In 1887, he finished his studies at the University of Bombay. He then moved to England.
Well, fucking
Studied
case
law.
closed. Case closed.
He was there at the time of the
Gandhi.
murders.
Right.
Again, the tinfoil hat stays on, so I'd rather believe this. But like, really? I mean, I don't believe in any capacity that Gandhi was a good person, and you can quote me on that.
Yeah. No, I agree
But he
with
was
you.
not a good person.
And he's also Jack the Ripper confirmed.
Oh my God, he
Case-
was
case-
a woman beater too.
Case
Ooh.
closed. Gandhi was Jack the Ripper. We figured it out. Also, I think
Case
this story is
closed.
true.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Let's tie this one up here. Do you guys think that the breakthrough in so here's the thing. All the Jack the Ripper stuff aside, do you think that police recently discovered new evidence about Jack the Ripper? That's what the article is. They found this they found this letter from Kosminski.
Did you write that? Maybe.
I think, okay, on one hand, they could have, but it would be very minuscule evidence to where it doesn't even fucking matter.
It does kind of sound like a story Evan would write. Is it because it's believable? Like it's based enough in reality. Like the Egyptian, for example, the Egyptian one
The hippo?
we just talked the hippo.
The
That
Hippo
is-
Pharaoh.
That is an Egyptian goddess. There was enough to make it believable here. I don't know. I'm very on the fence. I want to know what you guys think.
I
Deadly
wanna
Pigeon
say-
says cat.
I say cat too. I believe in deadly pigeon. Undead pigeon?
Deadly Pigeon
Deadly pigeon.
with a 3.
What is that pigeon doing? Is he holding like a knife?
All
Yeah,
right.
because pigeons aren't real. They're robots.
It's holding the gun.
Why would a robot need a knife?
I don't.
Crush
It
you with
shoots
its
you
robot
with its
hands.
laser.
I mean, if I was a
It calls
robot
it
made
an
with just
airstrike.
little feeble wings, I would be holding a knife.
Fair
Okay,
enough.
alright, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, final
What do you
verdict.
think,
What do we
David?
think?
False.
I think false.
Y'all are both saying cat. Fuck, dude. I can't do it.
Don't base it on us.
Can't
Especially
do it.
don't base
I'll tell you
it
what,
on
we'll call this one a viewer set.
I'm still gonna drink.
No. I can't, but I will.
Do it.
I call Cap. I'm going with these guys.
Cap across the board, huh?
It's
This
true.
is true.
Oh, you son of
Ri-
a
I
bitch!
This is a true
I
story,
fucking hate
guys.
you, Evan.
This is a true
I
story.
fucking
Somebody
hate you.
No, he said you can do beer with this.
You can take a little sip.
No. I'm not.
Take a
No.
little sip.
No.
Okay.
I'm
I
taking a
am
little
gonna
sippy.
drink beer. I'm not saying that.
But that's what I thought.
But
I
on
thought it was gonna be
principle-
true, but again,
No,
it's
no,
probably
I'm
something
doing
that is so minuscule that
Yeah.
still
I got one too.
not any closer to finding out who it is.
You know what really, you know what it was?
Yeah,
The story was some dude bought a letter at an auction that might have been tied to a guy that might have done it. It's really not a big story.
So it's a
Yeah.
big mic, yeah. So it doesn't.
A big old mic, yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Like next, you're gonna tell me they found out more about the Zodiac killer.
Yeah, he will.
The Zodiac killer was
He's
Ted
like,
Cruz.
okay, skipping that one.
So wait, give me a second.
See, I knew it, and I let both of y'all and Deadly Pigeon gaslight me.
Oh, Deadly Pigeon, you better take a shot too.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't.
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
If you guessed incorrectly, you have to drink. Them's the rules. I don't make the rules. I just violently enforce them.
Play along at home. All right, guys, I'm gonna read our next one here. Let's keep it moving. Are you guys ready to move to the crime
Okay.
blotter?
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick. Which one is this?
We're moving to the crime blotter. You can just start from the top. Alleged potato cartel.
Ooh, cartels.
You're gonna like this one then. Okay. Our next story. Alleged potato cartel accused of conspiring to raise price of frozen fries and tater tots across the United States.
Rihanna.
Rihanna Schmunk.
So her baby daddy's in prison, and we're just.
Dude,
Yeah.
if this is fake and you made up that name,
Rihanna Schmunk.
The potato one.
well done, sir.
Okay. The
Because
article.
Rihanna Schmunk is it's such a crazy name that before you even read the article, I'm like, this must be true. Because if you came up with the name Rihanna Schmunk, well done.
Sounds like a Jewish slave.
Fucking well Jew!
Alright. 4 companies currently dominating a multi-billion-dollar market in the United States are being accused of sharing detailed, sensitive inside information with each other as part of an alleged conspiracy to raise the price of their goods and make more money off customers. To be clear, this is a story about potatoes. It's in the article. 2 proposed class actions filed this week in U.S. District Court claim that 4 leading potato companies, McCain Foods, Cavendish Farms, Lamb Weston, and J.R. Simplot, have privately swapped intel to inflate the price of frozen potato goods, like fries, hash browns, and tater tots, over the last several years. Quote, armed with the same access to each other's data on pricing and other sensitive information, as well as with a direct line of communication to each other, the potato cartel moves prices skyward in lockstep, harming all purchasers of potatoes in the process, one of the claims read. McCain and Cavendish are both based in Canada. In a statement to CBC News, McCain antitrust laws, or any other laws, with respect to the sale of frozen potato products. McCain Foods intends to vigorously defend the recently filed lawsuits so that it can focus on what we do best, delivering high-quality, affordable food to customers nationwide. End quote. In one lawsuit filed in Illinois on Friday, a Pennsylvania-based supermarket chain alleged McCain, Cavendish, Lamb Weston, and J.R. Simplot have been working together to fix the price of frozen potato products above competitive levels, in violation of antitrust laws since at least early 2021. Basically, it's a potato trust. I'm going to skip to the end here.
Potato gate?
Yeah, and finally,
Potato gate!
and one key statistic here: the potato sector in the United States contributed over $100 billion U.S. to the national economy in 2021, according to the National Potato Council.
That exists.
Yeah, the National Potato Council exists, and the potato economy was over $100 billion USD in 2021.
I already feel super confident that this story is real because it sounds like so much bullshit. Like Rihanna Schmunk.
That's what makes me feel like it's fake. But at the
No,
same time,
you
It's so-
see,
it's so fake.
Evan is a better liar than that.
but that's the thing. I feel like Potatogate is real. Everyone loves fucking potatoes.
I love fucking potatoes.
Baked potatoes, steak fries, French fries, any type of fry.
I mean,
Everyone loves potatoes.
haven't you guys seen the rise of fast food places?
They've always been there.
Well, yeah.
but they've been getting pretty high in the last few years, though.
I've been getting pretty high.
I think that's because
guys.
okay, but I feel like that's because nobody cooks anymore. Nobody cooks anymore.
Yeah, potatoes delivered. You guys disgusting.
Nobody cooks anymore.
I think this is true. You guys, what do you guys think?
Wait, what do you think?
It's true.
It's true too, but
It's hard.
I have trust issues right now, and this is.
I understand. This is the third time I've been gaslit. He's good at this, right? Like he's
Yeah,
fucking
really
really good at, like, surprisingly good at this. I always think the ones that are real are false. I always think the ones that are false are real. He's gotten me. I think I got one right this time that was false, but the last two times we've done this, that's like 1 out of 11
Yeah.
that I've gotten right.
I don't know if this is true.
So the potato gate thing also just feels like a real thing because it's such a like salacious headline, you know? Like I believe it. I believe it because if Evan is a good liar and he wouldn't make his stories are more mundane than this.
This is pretty mundane.
Alex, you were getting super meta with this shit right now. Do you think that the article is real? That's really what we're asking. Do you think that there's a potato cartel?
I think the
I don't think
article
this
is
is
real.
real.
I think this article is
Actually,
real.
yes, I do. Never mind.
I don't think you're anti-Semitic enough to make schmuck in
You'd be surprised. Oh, him.
Oh.
Yeah, fair enough.
So wait a minute, this isn't about you.
Oh wait. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Evan would pick an Italian name or something.
Wow, dude. Seriously?
One
Because
of,
of my skin color, Alex?
one of those spaghetti bender names.
Okay,
One
let's
of
get to
those-
a final vote here. I'm not going to take any more of this anti-Italian
One of
X
those
discrimination. all right?
Guido name.
Guido names.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Continue.
Final vote. Do you guys think that there is an alleged potato cartel?
Yes.
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 True.
Yes.
Final answer.
The article was true. Yes, that is
Yeah.
correct. I
Drink.
will drink for that. You can throw me one.
Drink.
Don't do it all the way, but yeah, I'll take it for that.
I'm doing it all the way.
I thought you were doing for all three.
No.
Yeah,
But you guys all got it right. You're scared.
Yeah, 3 shots for Evan.
What did
No,
Deadly
you don't
Pigeon
have
have
to
to say
drink
about
it.
that?
I know I don't have to. I'm just gonna.
Deadly Pigeon said we were talking about the Zodiac Killer earlier
nice.
before this story.
Yeah.
They actually did. They deciphered the Zodiac Killer's secret message a few months ago.
Yeah, you know why it took him so long? Because he was bad at spelling. He made a bunch of spelling and grammar mistakes, and that's why it took him so long to figure it out, because they couldn't break the code. 'Cause he was just an
Oh,
idiot.
so what? The
idiot.
Zodiac
Yeah.
Killer was just actually.
It's
no,
not 'cause his
now
code
you said
was
it because
good.
they're fucking
It's 'cause
stupid.
he's
Now
a
I don't want to
dumbass.
say it.
That
But
makes,
then what does
that
the note
makes sense.
say? What does the note say? Like,
Well-
he's nuts? Like.
now on that, didn't he spell things wrong on purpose? Wasn't that a thing
That's
too?
what I thought. That's what he was doing.
To make his, that's what I heard, is that he did that to make his codex harder to break.
Which would make a lot of fucking sense if
Yeah.
you were smart about it.
So he's not stupid, he's a genius. How about that?
Yeah, we're a pro Zodiac Killer podcast here.
Yeah, imagine like the police come out and say, "We finally solved the Zodiac Killer's Bofa." What is Bofa?
Astronauta Del Void said the goat. Oh, that's you.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that from last time. That's you.
All right, guys, we're going to move on to our next article here. Jenny, you want to read the next one?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. You're going to start right there.
Man detained at Canadian border with 24 snakes sewn in a jacket.
True.
Yeah, I was gonna say. An American man was arrested at the Canadian border in New York this week for attempting to smuggle 24 exotic snakes inside the stuffing of a down jacket. Wait, were they alive? Border Patrol agents said the detainee has sewn the animals into the layers of a North Face puffer jacket. Jared Gorman, 48, was detained and questioned after a canine unit sniffed a trace of cocaine on the door of his car. Gorman was pulled aside for questioning, and he admitted to the crime after an officer tried to take his coat. I tried to take the guy's coat, and he got very fidgety. We x-rayed him and found these strange lines inside his puffer jacket. Turns out they're all baby snakes, said Agent Bob Mattioli. Mattioli. I apologize to any Italians out here. I just eat. I don't even
You
eat.
don't have to-
you. Don't worry.
You don't have to apologize to them.
Agents discovered 24 baby snakes wrapped in cloth and nestled in the jacket's synthetic filling. The snakes were all under a year old and all highly desirable in the exotic market. Specimens were mostly uniquely patterned ball pythons, although two were albino Burmese pythons, a species that is highly invasive in the United States. Gorman was arrested and faces 2 charges of wildlife trafficking. His attorney refused to comment the illegal.
So, this is something that we do on this podcast a lot. We love animal smuggling stories.
Yeah.
We had a pretty good one last
This is
month.
the second one we've had. I thought about that.
Oh no, this is like the
Oh,
third
what
or
was
fourth, I think, dude.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Before you go, was it false or true? The last one.
True.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't ask about that one because you said this is the 3rd or 4th one. What was the first one?
Oh
What
yeah,
other
so
animals are people smuggling?
we had a pretty good one last month. There was a woman who tried to basically canoe from Vermont to Canada. Damn, I have the hiccups. Tried to canoe from Vermont to Canada with like 20 turtles in her canoe.
Okay, that makes sense.
That was a true
That
one.
sounds true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a true one. Yeah. I love an animal smuggling story. That's just me.
I mean, I can say that because Nashville snakes are outlawed. Or sorry, not snakes, but turtles.
They used to be, not
They
anymore.
used to be. Well, really? When did that happen?
I don't know what happened, but it used to be.
Huh? Because I remember. I don't want to incriminate anybody, but somebody we knew at some point, and this is when we were in high school. That was like what, 20 years ago. But when we were in high school, they had turtles because they would just find them, and you know, you don't want to leave a little turtle in the middle of a suburban area, so you just take it with you.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a bunch of them, but at that point, I didn't even know. But then we Googled it, and they were like, "Yeah, you're not allowed to have turtles here." We're like, "Really? Like,
Yeah, but
why?"
but look at the reptile story one too.
Oh yeah, they have turtles now.
Yeah, now.
But when are they gonna get sea turtles? Because
Yeah, we're not gonna get sea turtles.
I know we're never gonna get sea turtles.
Why
'Cause
would you want to own one of those though?
You
This
know
is gonna be a hard pet to take
it
care of.
would be a really hard pet to take care of, and
Don't-
some of them
don't-
could get really big.
Don't they get this big?
That's
Yes.
a leatherback sea turtle. Yeah, they're the size. They're like bigger than your chair right there.
There-
Yeah.
yeah, and there's one land turtle that they have that actually gets huge, and it lives for like pretty much longer than we do.
The Galapagos tortoise.
I don't remember what type of turtle it was, but yeah, basically it could get like we were at the reptile store and they had a turtle that I couldn't even see it, and then we went up to the counter. We were buying like something else for all of his many scorpions and the lizard and all of the shit we have in our house. But we got up there, and then David points at it, and he's like, "Oh hey, the turtle's out," and it was just this little tiny baby turtle. And we talked to the guy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's gonna get like bigger than y'all basically." And it's like, "Oh okay,
Fuck.
cool."
You're
Your
selling this?
grandchildren will have this turtle.
Yeah, pretty much, and they'll be able to ride the turtle at that point.
Dude, that's the crazy thing. I've always wanted to have like a pet parrot. Like an African gray parrot where
Yeah.
you can learn a bunch of language and stuff.
Yeah.
But those things live longer than we do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
My dad,
Really?
he used to.
Yeah.
My dad, he used to bring us to a guy, his friend Raymond. This old, I think he was some type of Hispanic. I don't remember what, but he would always bring us around his house, and he had a parrot, and it would always talk. But it was, as a kid, I used to love this parrot because it could
Mhm.
talk, and of course, as a kid, you hear a bird that can talk to you. You're like, what the fuck? This is something new to me. But it wasn't until I got older, and David's family, they keep a lot of birds. They have like the kissing ones, the ones that go,
Lovebirds.
yeah, lovebirds. Like they have those, and they used to have one bird that they named Coco, and Coco was apparently a parrot, but Coco didn't talk. He wasn't able to talk, but for some reason he really loved music. So whenever they played like whatever mariachi band music they were playing, or even if I came up to him in the morning when I was living there and I would play just any random like Japanese fucking dance music I had, he would go along with the beat, and I'd just be sitting here with this bird going.
I love it, like
yeah, like he would keep going. Rest in peace, Coco. But any other bird, I've never understood why some of them can talk, some of them can't, some of them understand music, some of them don't. But with what was I gonna say? With parrots, it's very all over the place.
Yeah.
So why? Like they're basically counted as citizens at this point because they
Should be,
can understand. They're basically like crows. They can understand language and they can talk. Like I watched a video where a guy had, to start the story, the guy had police coming to his house because he had neighbors that called the police because they were like, "Hey, we hear somebody yelling for help in his backyard." The police come, and the guy comes out of the backyard and he's like, "Oh, I know why you're here. You want to hear who's yelling for help?" And he goes into the backyard. He comes back out, and he has a parrot on his arm, and the parrot is yelling, "Help! I'm trapped! Help!"
Wow.
And he's like, "Yeah, this is who you're looking for." And then the parrot sees the cops, and he goes, "Hello." And apparently, when he was a child, he's had that parrot for maybe like 20, 30 years at that point. And when he was a kid. And apparently when he was a kid, he taught this parrot to yell, "Help! I'm trapped," when he was in his cage. And now that's all he does. And after his parents like have already passed and everything, he still has this parrot.
That's an awesome way to get away with murder.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna trap someone in your home, so you train a fucking parrot
To
to
say,
say
"Help! I'm
that way
trapped."
when the police show up, you're like, "No, check this out," and they're like, "Okay, you're free to go."
Yeah.
No, my parrot lured that prostitute to my apartment.
If I had a parrot, I would teach it to say bad things. I would teach it to
Oh,
say.
everybody would.
Dude, you have a racist ass parrot.
Yeah, right?
It wasn't me.
Just teach
It
him to say a
wasn't me.
slur for whatever, for shits and
Yeah.
giggles.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's keep it moving here. So the story is a person was detained at the Canadian border with like 24 snakes sewn in his jacket. Do you guys think it was real or fake?
True.
I think it was real.
True. That one was fake.
You son of a bitch! You motherfucker!
But that has to, it might have not been recorded, but that has to be a real thing that has happened. Like, come on.
He's told stories like this that were true.
That's how he gets you.
That's why I'm so good at this fucking game, Alex. Take a
Yes.
shot. Or take a little one if you want to.
I'm taking a little.
Oh my god.
What do you fucked it up?
Dude, you're so fucking good at this. I was so confident before we started this. I'm like, Evan's not gonna get me.
You got me on one. You did sleuth out one, so don't worry. You're right.
One
to
out
sleuth
of 12.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna read this
Fuck
next one
you,
while you guys
Evan.
take this shot. And along at home, you guys should also drink because it's cool. All right.
It's cool.
Drinking, kind of cool.
Yeah.
Kind of
Dare, who is she?
smoke a couple cigarettes too. All right. All right. Anyway, our next story: death sentence upheld for property tycoon in Vietnam unless she pays $9 billion before execution. This is from December 3rd. A Vietnamese court upheld the death penalty Tuesday for a property tycoon in a multi-billion-dollar fraud case, but said her life could still be spared if she paid back 3/4 of the assets she embezzled. All right, so I'm gonna make a apology in advance here. I'm going to fuck up some Vietnamese names here. All right, yeah, help me out. Property developer Trong My Long. Trong My Long.
Hey Evan, which one is this under? What's the headline?
This is under death sentence.
It's this one.
Okay, the next one. Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna go in order.
Let's go
Next
see
couple.
the
Which
news.
paragraph you on?
Property developer.
Okay.
I don't want to offend people,
Yeah.
but.
It's fine.
Wrong, my love.
I'll take this bullet here. Trong My Long, 68, was convicted this year of swindling money from Saigon Commercial Bank, which prosecutors said she controlled and sentenced to death for fraud totaling $27. She appealed the verdict in a month-long trial, but on Tuesday, the court in Ho Chi Minh City determined that there was no basis to reduce her sentence. However, there is still a chance for Lan to escape the death penalty. The court said Tuesday that if she returns 3/4 of the stolen assets, her sentence could be reduced to life imprisonment. This means that she could still avoid execution if she returns $9 billion, or 3/4 of the $12 billion she embezzled, the BBC reports. It's not her final appeal, and she can still petition the president for amnesty. She's now essentially in a race to raise the funds she needs before her execution, the BBC reports.
That's a basic question. What the fuck does she spend it on?
I think she just had it. Tens of thousands of people who invested their savings in SCB lost money, shocking the communist nation and prompting rare protests from the victims. Lon, who founded real estate development group Vantin Pop, earlier told the court that, quote, the quickest way to repay the stolen funds would be, quote, to liquidate SCB and sell our assets to repay SVB, State Bank of Vietnam, and the people. End quote. Her defense team had argued that she had already paid back the money needed to be eligible for a sentence reduction. Lon has turned over more than 600 family properties to the court, it acknowledged, but it was unclear how much money they were worth. Lon's lawyer told AFP on Tuesday that in any case, it would likely be years before Lon faces execution, which is carried out by lethal injection in Vietnam. So the next few paragraphs here are just awesome corrupt family stuff. I'm gonna get into it. Lon owned just 5% of shares in SCB on paper, but at her trial, the court concluded that she effectively controlled more than 90% through family, friends, and staff. The puppet master. In April, the former chief inspector of the state bank was given life in prison for accepting a $5 million bribe to overlook financial problems at SCB. The court upheld the sentence on Tuesday. The man said in April that it pumped funds into SCB to stabilize it without revealing how much. During her first trial in April, Lon was found guilty of embezzling $12.5 billion. But prosecutors said that the total damages caused by the scam amounted to $27 billion, equivalent to around 6% of the country's 2023 GDP. The figure dwarfs even the amount that FTX cryptocurrency exchange founder Sam Bankman-Fried was convicted of swindling his customers out of, estimated at around $10 billion. Woo! All right.
Wow.
So we got.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. In Vietnam, the person who runs the Saigon Commercial Bank swindled apparently 27 bill, but she got booked for $12 billion, and she's got to pay 3/4 of that, which is $9 billion, or she gets put to death.
And apparently she don't have the money because she's trying to raise funds for it.
Yeah, she's selling properties.
But
Not a good sign.
So what'd she do with the money? Yeah, exactly.
Why do you even need that much money?
Yeah.
Nobody needs that much money, but look
So
at
this
Elon
is a
Musk.
bigger operation than her, right? She took the fall for something that's bigger going on here.
Yeah, but it seems like
Which sounds about right.
Because
but-
she don't even have it.
yeah, because
And you could try to spend that much money and fail, you know?
Even being a rich person just spending billions of dollars on nothing.
you can.
You literally can't spend that much money.
Yeah, you have
at least in the amount of time before they
No, you have to pull Musk and buy fucking Hasbro and shit.
He's gonna start buying up all the woke Vietnamese businesses.
Oh my god.
Deadly Pigeon says cap.
Interesting.
I think it's real, man.
I want to go in Deadly Pigeons.
I think it's real, but there's more to the story that we haven't heard. That's what's being reported, but there's more going on here.
Yeah, 'cause she has to be spending that money on something to where she has to raise money for it
Sure.
to not get the death penalty.
Yeah.
She has to be protecting
So-
someone, or she is,
I-
both. She's
Evan,
protecting
do you
someone
remember?
and been spending the money on something else.
Do you remember who wrote this article? Is it?
It comes from
Associated Press?
CBS News. There was
CBS?
no credited author.
I believe you.
Oh,
I think it's real.
I think it's real too. But
I think it's real
also-
because it's one of the crazier ones. Some of the more mundane ones we've read were fake. Because it sounds like it's real, but it's not. I don't know, dude. You're fucking with my head. I don't know.
something in here has to.
But you go this far.
Yes.
All right, think about. He read this one. Think about how he presented it. He's like, I'm probably gonna get these names wrong here. If you did write this, fuck you. Fuck you. Like, that's well done. Well done if you wrote this.
But you're saying it's true.
I think it's true.
I think it's true too.
True. You're all correct. This is actually a true one. Nice job, guys.
Yay!
Nice job. I'll take a fat sip on this Bud Light. Deadly Pigeon, you got to drink with me.
Yeah,
buddy.
you gotta drink. Holy shit.
Because the thing about Vietnam is they are a communist country.
Yeah.
They would
Yeah.
try to give like an actual death sentence or something like this.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's not. Nobody's arguing that. It's just
No,
the
there's-
fact, like, what is she doing with this money and
Yeah,
everything?
yeah, but this would have never happened in the United States.
Sure.
Really?
No, what I
Not
mean
a
is,
death sentence.
Yeah, $9 billion in theft would never happen. in the United
Okay, yeah,
States.
fair enough. Yeah.
I hear you.
But-
Not in to get a death sentence.
I'm not saying this would never happen. It would happen. They just wouldn't give them the death sentence.
Exactly. I agree with you. That's true.
They wouldn't. You could have a guy who killed people and he would get the death sentence, but a person who took actual billions of like
He's facing life in prison or less.
or less,
That's the thing.
But
Even
not the
here,
death
not the
sentence.
death sentence.
Yeah.
someone who killed someone still wouldn't get the death sentence.
Most of the time, no.
No, yeah. Even here, like, come on.
But if this happened in the United States, I would say, hey, give them the death sentence.
Deadly
Because look, dude, if you reach $1 billion, just stop there, right? Just stop right there. You reached $1 billion.
But
you
the
got-
type of people that do reach $1 billion, it's not about the money.
it's not. It's
It's
just
about the clout. It's about the power. It's about the.
you know.
I got
you know,
beat up in high school.
You know.
like
You
Bill
know.
Gates.
No, it's not even that. You know what it is. You know what
What?
it is. It's like
It's the ism
No,
in
it-
capitalism.
Is the ism.
it's like
The
it's like
ism in capitalism.
it's like they're playing ranked in a video game. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they're all Emerald 3.
Yeah, they're just trying to hit the highest rank they can. That's all they care about.
Yeah, it's not about the money. It's about the clout.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's about sending a message.
Oh my god.
I'm like a dog chasing cars.
So here's a question to you guys: if you guys had fuck you money like that, like Musk, what would you buy? Like what companies or media or whatever? Would
I'd
you
buy your family's house, David.
Here's the thing about that.
I'd ruin everything. For you. I make it personal.
I'd buy out your family's store from under them.
Just because.
I'd buy a majority share.
What would I do? Illegal things.
See, you
I
say
started
that,
militia.
and I would just buy out the entire company of Sun Hello Kitty, General, Pumpkin, all of it.
You'd immediately start making money.
Yep.
Here's what I would do personally.
I'd start a criminal enterprise.
I would buy Hasbro for Magic, and then wait. Let me continue. Then I would buy Nintendo. And here's the way I would make the most money ever. I would buy Nintendo and Hasbro, and then make Magic Pokemon cards.
Oh.
You know how
Fuck.
rich I would become off of that?
And then eventually buy Namco to get
You know-
Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, not fuck Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't even care.
No.
About
Yo,
Whoa.
fuck Yu-Gi-Oh.
Just imagine how much money you would make off of Pokemon Magic cards.
You'd make less than you think, and both companies would tank.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Hot take. Good point.
This is my theory. I
He's
think
got a good point.
I think the fans would be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
dude. On
Wait, wait.
both sides, they'd be angry.
No, here's
Okay,
what
initial sales for like I have to buy these because these are gonna be collector's items.
here's what I would do. I would buy Nintendo and Magic. Then I would purposely keep all the Charizard. I would keep all those cards to myself and pretend they're gonna be part of like, oh, if you buy these packs, you have a chance of getting them. But I would keep them all myself and then sell them off market.
Oh shit.
You dirty son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. Deadly Pigeon says maybe he's capping when he tells us if it's true or false. Can't trust the Cat King anymore because he guessed false on the last one. And then it just says message retracted.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's right.
So he
That's
posted
right.
something and then
How
deleted it.
dare you question my journalistic integrity? How dare you? How dare you?
This isn't the Onion.
All right.
This
You
is
guys
real.
want to move on to the next story? Keep
Yeah.
it moving.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. David, why don't you read this one?
Dutch police.
Dutch police.
1 second.
No boy.
Uno momento. For favor.
He's got
I'm very excited for this next
He's got a
story.
share.
Let me tell you.
Okay, where are we at?
Dutch police.
Okay.
Here we go. God, this headline.
Dutch police find gnome made of MDMA during drug bust. Officers in the southern Netherlands have found a garden gnome weighing nearly 2 kilograms, or more importantly, 4 pounds, and made of the drug MDMA. Drugs appear in many shapes and sizes, but every now and then we come across special things. Dongenmond, police said in a translated social media post. The gnome was found amongst suspected narcotics during a large drug search. In itself, a strange place to keep your garden gnome, the force said. That's why we decided to test it for narcotics. The gnome himself was visibly startled, police said, referring to the gnome having its hands covering its mouth.
Oh.
It is not known which area the gnome was recovered in, but Dungmun police discovers the
Municipalities.
Municipalities.
of Oshort.
I got this one. Österhut, Geertruidenberg, Drimmelen, and Altena.
You gave David the worst one, dude. Holy shit.
MDMA, which is an illegal substance in the Netherlands, is a synthetic party drug known as ecstasy. As of 2019, the Netherlands was among the world's leading producers of MDMA. It is not the first someone has attempted to hide the drug in
Inconspicuous.
guises. Last year, a Scottish man was jailed for more than 4 years for trying to smuggle over 84,000 euros with
Only
MDMA.
€4.
MDMA that was hidden in cat food into the country. A Leeds man was also previously charged over a plot to smuggle 90 kilograms, 198 pounds, of the drug into the UK hidden inside pallets of frozen chicken.
First of all, why are you hiding it in cat food and frozen chicken?
Well, it's illegal.
I know. Yes, I know it's illegal. But what about the cats? What poor cat is gonna be fucking like just absolutely fucked up because the owner is just like, oh hey, I'm just gonna give I don't know, fucking
Boots.
Oppenheimer like his kibbles and he just gets fucked up.
Look, all I know is cats love drugs, okay?
Yes, they do.
Cats would not snitch the way dogs do. Dogs are like, roof, roof, drugs over here, roof. Cats would not narco.
I can't say that my dog would do that.
Cats would lie to the police.
Cats would absolutely lie to the police, but also dogs are stupid.
Yeah.
I say because my dog is very cute and very stupid.
Okay, so our roommate, he bought these like sleepy like bedtime drugs, like they're like little snacks for both our cat and our dog. Our dog just
It's that forever nap.
Yeah.
So our dog was he just knocked out. He knocked out and was out for a few hours, and his cat became so active. His eyes were like dilated. They were like going in and out, and he just wouldn't stop bothering us while we were like doing some shit.
It was
You were
supposed to put
trying
him
to
to
build-
sleep, but it didn't.
Yeah, they were trying to build exercise equipment, which funny enough, he says that, but so I was chilling with our dog and I had given him something called Busy Butter. It was not in fact Busy Butter. It was peanut butter for dogs, but it was supposed to relax them. I didn't know that. I just thought it was peanut butter, like doggy peanut butter or whatever. And I kept giving him little licks of it for like the entire day. And he just knocked out with me on the couch. Turns out Busy Butter is in fact not Busy Butter. It is actually peanut butter that has like, doggy CBD in it or whatever, but it basically knocks them out. It makes them relax, which he has a lot of anxiety, just like his mommy. So he was
you
knocked out.
Incidentally drugged your dog.
Yeah, basically. And I didn't know that.
True
but
story.
at some point,
I believe it. No cap.
but I was napping. The dog was napping with me. At some point, he apparently woke up while they were trying to build their exercise equipment. And Bo, our dog, he runs over to them, is trying to figure out what the hell they're doing, and they gave him one of those treats, and they also gave the cat one of those treats. Because catnip does not work on the cat. He does the same thing as he said. He just gets really big eyes and he just zoomies across the apartment. And our cat is bigger than the dog. Our cat is bigger than the dog, so when he runs through the house, it sounds like a train coming at you full speed.
Wow.
But the dog comes back to me. He knocks out completely. The cat, however, is running around the apartment, running up to them. It's staring at them, waiting for something to happen so that he can just like slap it out of their hands, basically.
He's tweaking.
He's absolutely tweaking.
All right, so what do you guys think? True or false?
I
In
think
Mano
A no.
in the Netherlands, with it going like this.
They would do that.
oh god, I want to say fake, but I think it's so ridiculous that it's true.
I feel like it's false. No, don't. I think it's true. It's true.
We're gonna regret this, aren't we?
It's final answer. It's true.
Final answer is true.
It's true.
It was true. You're all
Oh.
correct. Nice job.
Oh shit.
Take a big drink at home, and we'll take one for that.
Oh my god. This game gives me anxiety.
Same. But
That's why we bring you on, Alex.
I'm scared.
All right, I'm going to read these next couple. We're moving to the section called Whoopsies. We're moving to the Whoopsies. Yeah, this section is called Whoopsies. It's historical whoopsies.
Whoopsie.
All right, our first section for the Whoopsies articles. Tokyo University program used Tiananmen Square keyword to block Chinese admissions.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
In a bombshell accusation, Todai Shimbun, the student-run paper of Tokyo University, alleges that a graduate admissions site embedded a keyword related to Tiananmen Square for over a year. The goal was apparently to prevent the page from loading in mainland Chinese, and thus block Chinese students from attending, the paper alleges. Todai Shimbun reports that the keyword appeared on the website for graduate admissions to its computational biology and medical sciences program. The keyword used was Japanese or
Hirokushi.
Go ahead.
Hirokushi Tenneman.
Yeah.
June 4th, Tiananmen.
That's it. June 4th, Tiananmen. June 4th was the date of the student Tiananmen Square uprising in 1989. The paper says the keyword can still be seen in the Internet Archives version of the page dating from between August 12, 2023 and September 29th, 2024. Over a year. UJ confirmed the keyword's existence using the Wayback Machine's February 21st, 2024 version of the page. The keyword is banned by China's Great Firewall, all caps,
Yeah.
which filters out any news critical of the ruling regime. That means there's a strong possibility that the admissions page won't load for Chinese students looking to apply to the program for at least a portion of the 13 months between August 2023 and September 2024. Tokyo University officially acknowledged the incident in the wake of the paper's report. The university says it has since removed the keyword from its page. It also says it's updated the source code check-in verification procedures to prevent anyone from entering the keyword into the university's HTML code a second time. This isn't the first controversy involving Japan-China relations at the university. In 2019, Associate Professor Osawa Shohei, who ran a community called Daisy, wrote extensively on Twitter about how he refuses to hire Chinese people, saying they exhibit, quote, poor performance, end quote. His department issued a rare rebuke, and the university dismissed him the next year. So yeah, Tokyo University tried to use Tiananmen Square in its source code to prevent Chinese students from admitting. What do you guys think?
Holy shit.
That seems very real.
This is real, but holy shit.
Yeah.
My opinion is those fuckers have it coming, okay?
Oh boy. Oh, okay. So
Okay.
just give
Okay.
You ever heard of Nanking?
Oh god. Yeah. No, let's not start with that.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Have you guys heard of this new video game called Marvel Rivals?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I've heard
God.
some.
Everybody has.
Okay, Marvel Rivals is made by a Chinese company.
Uh-huh.
And
Awesome.
Really?
A
Okay.
Jap.
So it's made by a Chinese. My bad. It's made by a Chinese company. And whenever you go into voice chat, they even tell you before you do it, we fully monitor what you're saying.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to talk about Taiwan.
That's very.
I know that's real because of Sun Wukong. You heard about this too, right?
Yeah. If you type in something like if you go on their chat and you type in fucking Taiwan is a real country or anything like that, you just get banned. All I'm saying is if they're gonna go out of the way to ban shit and like ban free speech and ban this and ban that, I mean, come on, they kind of have it coming.
Based opinion, fuck China. I'm with you. Deadly Pigeon says, have you guys, first of all, he says cap on the story.
He's a doubter.
Secondly,
He said cap on every story.
Yeah.
have you guys heard of Raid Shadow Legends? This episode of
Oh, boy.
This was brought to you by Blue Chew.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if this was sponsored by the company we're talking about?
Tokyo University.
Yeah. I forgot this was a university. Anyway, I think it's true. And based Japan for sticking it to China.
I think it's true in based Japan.
Based Japan.
I think it's true, but
Not based Japan.
I don't want to say. I'm not going to say it. I'm not
Say
going to say
based Japan.
it. I'm not going to say it.
Say based Japan.
So unanimously true.
It's true across the board.
Except for
Based
Deadly
Japan.
Pigeon, who says it's cap.
If it's cap, I'm going to be.
It's true.
Okay.
This one's true. Pigeon. Gotta get it together, buddy. Come on.
Is he a plant? Like, how
I
does
don't
he
know.
know?
How many conspiracy theories do you believe, buddy? That's what I want to know.
Oh boy, are we putting tinfoil hats
Are
on?
birds real?
Birds are not real.
That's why his name is Pigeon.
What if the whole story was birds are real?
No, he's called.
Source
Wait,
Associated Press.
do you believe
New
that
York
birds are
court.
real?
No, he's called Deadly Pigeon because he doesn't believe in them. He thinks they're robots.
That's what we've been saying.
Oh, Dave.
All right.
birds real?
Fuck,
This pigeon robot shit is fucking stupid. Let's just move on to our
But
final
birds
thing
are-
here.
Birds are real.
Birds
We're gonna go on to our
Hey,
final
pigeons
story
are-
here. Alex, do you want to read our last one as our senior correspondent?
God damn it, I will.
As our vet.
Okay. Last story, guys.
Yes.
And then I still have a couple left if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Yeah, so where are we at?
Virginia.
Okay. Oh god, I don't like this headline.
Virginia.
I don't like this.
Oh.
Virginia father of 5 killed. Oh, okay.
At
Let me
least-
restart.
At least
Breath.
he
Yeah,
didn't.
you thought it was so.
At least he didn't kill his kids. Is that what you thought?
This is much worse. Much better than I thought it was. Virginia father of 5 killed by bear falling from tree. It's not funny. No,
It's kind of.
it's not funny. This is the news.
This isn't a
It's only
joke.
not
This
funny
is
because
the
he was.
news.
He's a father of 5. That's why it's not funny.
Him. Virginia father of 5 killed by bear falling from tree during hunting accident. A Virginia father of 5 has died after being struck by a bear falling from a tree, according to state wildlife officials. An investigation by the Virginia Department of Wildlife Resources suggests that a group of hunters chased a bear into a tree. Then, as the group retreated from the bottom of the tree, one of the hunters shot the bear, according to officials. As the animal fell, it hit 58-year-old Lester C. Harvey Jr. of Phoenix, spelled wrong, Virginia, who was standing about 10 feet from the bottom of the tree, officials said. One of the hunters provided first aid until local fire and EMS arrived, according to officials. Harvey, who had been in serious but stable condition after being transported to a hospital, died of his injuries. Harvey was a self-employed contractor and avid outdoorsman who, quote, was a friend to all and never met a stranger, according to his obituary. He is survived by his wife, 3 sons, 2 daughters, and 8 grandchildren. The department is not currently seeking any charges related to this incident. An official with the Virginia Department of Wildlife Resources said Sunday.
So 5 hunters cornered a bear up a tree, shot it, and it fell on one of them. And he got crushed by a bear.
That sounds like it's real, but that's not my final answer. But
I'm on the fence about this one.
we're on the fence about all of them. Like, let's be real.
He had it coming.
I feel
He did have it coming.
my answer, and I'll give you an actual answer also. But my answer is, if this is fake, that's hilarious. Well done. Well done if this is not a real story.
But if it's true,
And if it's true, it's hilarious.
Also kind of funny, but also it's tragic. 5 killed by a bear falling from a tree.
okay, but they already have grandkids. They're like old. They're like
It's an old man. Old man lives don't matter.
He doesn't count.
He was 58 years old. He doesn't matter, says David Pena, senior correspondent.
look.
Not senior correspondent. He doesn't care about them seniors at all.
All I'm saying, if you're past 60,
You deserve to
He was
die.
58.
If you're close to 60, you
He was
deserve
close-
to die. You heard it here.
he was close enough. Okay.
I mean, I can't talk because as a woman, I'm like, once I hit like 45, like I'm done.
Look,
I don't
I
want to
feel
be
you.
here
I feel
anymore.
you.
I don't want to be here anymore.
all I'm saying is
I feel you.
it's kind of fucked that we're paying for all these boomers, but we're not gonna get the same treatment by the time we're
And they're the
old.
ones controlling everything. Yeah, absolutely.
Is that not true?
But I'm only saying that because what?
Because apparently Social Security is gonna run out by the time we're old, but they're getting all the benefits.
So
So
things
Oh, honey,
like,
it's already run out, and we're barely 30.
so things like the pandemic are important to weed out the old people and the vulnerable.
That's the
Is
thing.
what you're saying, not me. That's what your opinion is.
That's the
Think
thing.
about
The tough ones are still here. they're still here.
So what do you think about bear accidents? Are those also to weed out the weak in our society?
Bear accidents.
okay,
Bear-
He's a patsy.
He's a patsy.
This bear's a patsy.
okay. I mean, why are you standing directly under the tree?
Because there's a bear in it, dude.
You have a gun.
That seems like a reason to not be standing directly under the tree.
You have a gun. The whole point of a gun is that you can do it from a distance. You don't have to be under the tree.
Yeah, but this fucking
I'll-
idiot just went boom, shot the bear, and it fell on him.
All jokes aside, I agree with you. This isn't that big of a loss. He was gonna die soon anyway, and he's obviously a dumbass.
Obviously, yeah. Like,
I'm sorry to the victims. I know you're all big fans of Behind the Curtain. The families are all viewers. So
Yeah,
that
to the
needs
to the
some
Harvey family, we thank you for your viewership and we apologize for your loss.
and that is why Evan will be donating personally. Deadly Pigeon says, "I'm calling Cap,
Oh, what else is new,
but I
huh?
hope this story is true. It's a heartwarming one."
This is one for the bears.
Who is this guy? I just want to.
Oh shit! I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you guys think? False.
walked in false.
Why?
You guys can pick. You guys can pick.
Why is it false?
We've had too many trues in a row.
We've only had like
We had like a
3.
bunch of false. in
Actually,
a
not
row.
even 3. I think we only had like 2.
You had
We had like 3 false in a row, didn't we?
we did technically have 3 trues in a row. We had the death sentence for the Vietnamese real estate
And this is what
tycoon,
we're closing.
MDMA gnome, and the TMNS
Strategic. for it to be false.
But then that just makes me want to say true, and it might not be true. I don't think.
God damn it, Evan. God damn it.
Go pick different from me. It's fine. I want you to.
Yes, you always want to be. You know what? No.
Make it
I'm not doing
different
it.
for me. Go ahead. See what happens. Okay, this was from WTVR CBS 6 web staff, December 16th, 2024. I say real. I say it's true.
Alright, your turn. Ben.
True.
True, false. Your turn.
I say true.
The story was true.
Fuck! Yeah! Nice job. Let's
Sorry,
fucking
man.
go.
I'll take one with you. They sleuthed it out.
Let's fucking go. I got a couple more if that's okay.
Absolutely. Now, folks, from here we're going to turn it over to our senior correspondent, Alex. Alex has been in the field doing some pretty severe research on some of our developing stories. Alex, what do you have for us today?
This is. I shouldn't end it on this. This is horrible.
Then don't.
yeah, maybe we close it here actually.
No. We'll do this one, and then we'll do the news shooter.
I can tell you guys some of the rejected headlines from this too.
Yeah.
Well, you had a few that didn't make
Yeah,
it.
what didn't we talk about from you?
You first. Give us the bummer story, and then I'll tell you my rejected ones.
The top male baby name in England this year is Muhammad.
I can believe that.
Why is that a bummer, Alex?
I didn't say it was a bummer. You said that.
No,
You got weird about it.
No, you said it was bummer.
Yeah.
You got weird about it.
You did say it was a bummer.
I didn't say that. You did.
It's a little bit of a bummer. I'll be brave. I'll say it.
I love you, David.
I'll say it. It's a bummer
Why is that a bummer?
because I'm anti-religion, regardless of what religion it is.
Okay. You said anti, and I was like, oh no.
I mean,
He's gonna say no, he's gonna say it.
Okay. Being like Islamophobic, ew, gross, ew. Anti all religion. Oh, you're cool. You're based. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, you passed that quick time event, dude.
That
Anti.
is the line, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like that's literally the line.
A lot of Europe. The bigger story here is a lot of Europe is being flooded with immigrants, right?
Yeah.
To the point where Muhammad is a top baby name in England this year. That is the story.
Okay, religion aside, I don't think
It's a common one.
it is very common. I like it.
It's a common name.
It's too.
Okay. Actually, no, I don't want you to say this.
too common.
So
Okay.
is David.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So is David. So are a lot of baby names.
What do you? Okay. Why don't instead of pulling anything up, South Korea? What do you guys know about what's going on there right now?
They
I heard their
recently
top
had-
baby name is Muhammad.
They're having gender wars in South Korea right now.
No, they've been having gender wars. South Korean men, they hate women. We're just gonna say it. They hate women.
And
They
vice
hate the
versa,
women.
right?
And
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Yes,
too,
but
right?
the women hate the men because they hate them. But also, recently, there was regardless of the gender war, there's been it was like a coup staged by the South Korean
Yeah.
government, and it lasted all of a day.
It was
Less than a day.
martial law, right?
Yeah,
Martial law.
They
was
staged martial
declared.
law, and even the people who were enacting martial law, they were just like,
The people
We don't
and
even
the
really-
military were like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
yeah, they were basically like, we don't know what's going on, so just
And,
keep
and
doing what you're doing.
it lasted like a few hours.
Yeah.
And they're like, "No."
Yep.
And then didn't the guy resign after that?
Yep.
Yeah, he fucked up.
What do you guys think about that? Why did he do that?
I think
He
it's really
fucked up.
funny.
Yeah, dude.
What was
He
he,
knows
try-
he
what was he
fucked up.
trying to do? You think?
I don't know, actually. It just seemed really stupid, and
It's weird.
What do you think he was hoping to get out of it?
Misogyny? I don't know. That's all I
I would
can
assume.
say.
So I would assume, like, anytime you enact martial law, it's an attempt to gain control of a country that you feel is out of control.
You know, I
But
like.
how is South Korea out of control?
That's what I'm saying. It's really not. He must have been playing into some kind of like culture wars type shit. Like,
I really like David as a guest because he says things that I'm thinking. What do you think, David? What was he trying to do?
Okay, if we bring it back to the gender wars,
I mean, yeah, that's basically what it was. Well, not what it was, but in South Korea, they really hate the women.
Go off, King.
Let them know, King.
I mean, I don't know. I think he was just trying to pull a Trump, but he's just not as charismatic. Like
It just didn't work.
it just didn't work.
Yeah. What was he trying to do though?
Okay,
Was it because of the gender war stuff?
that's part. Okay.
Does anyone need a beer?
So when it comes to culture war stuff, that's never really the point. That's just a vehicle you can use to try to gain control. Like, okay, let's use Trump as an example. Does he does he hate women? Sure. But does he really?
Sure.
But does he really hate them enough to like do something about it? Not really. Does he hate?
Well, yeah, because doesn't every man love pussy?
Does he hate? Does Trump hate Mexicans?
Fair is fair.
Does
Fair
he?
is fair.
Does Trump hate Mexicans? Sure. Does he hate?
Yes.
But does he hate them enough to do something about it? No. But he knows that it's something that's like popular enough that he can like do something about it. Like even like everyone talks about Jan 6 or whatever, and like how do I explain? It's like imagine you had $1 million in front of you and it was just out in the open. And like no one was really stopping you from going for it. Maybe if you did go for it, they could be like, no, stop that. Like you're a cat or whatever.
Spray you?
They can spray you.
Spray you?
Hey!
But the question is, if you knew all you would get would be a little slap and a little spray, would that really stop you from doing it?
Damn, if all I got was a little slap and a little spray, I'd be going there more often. Sounds all right to me.
So the point is, it's like a gamble where like the loss is so small that you just kind of have to like
Okay.
you kind of have to go for it.
Is that why our cat is an asshole?
That's why all cats are assholes.
Like our cat does not respond to the spray bottle at all to the point we just stop using it because he does not care.
Well, you blast him and he's just like cool with it.
Yeah, he's just like, okay, and I'm gonna keep fucking with the dog. I'm gonna keep like biting your ankles. Like, what did you expect?
You
was
gotta
gonna
pour a
happen?
little water on him. Dude, get a jar
We've
of it.
tried that too,
No.
and yeah.
I have literally waterboarded our cat.
Why don't you admit that? No, he didn't even. So okay, I don't know.
Wait. Here's what it took.
That's crazy.
Here's what it took to finally have him stop. Was cutting off his balls.
Stop doing what?
There was
Fucking.
no. There was this
Stop
one-
declaring martial law in
No.
South Korea.
There was this one point where like for a whole month straight we would try to sleep and you would just fucking scream like I just absolutely scream because he wanted to go outside and fuck for like a whole month. There was even a point where her brother was sleeping over because he got too drunk or whatever and he accidentally left the door open and the cat escaped. The cat escapes and when I finally catch him like he's been out for like a whole
After you
night.
finally caught him, you held him under the sink with a
No,
rag.
no.
Water
No,
over his head.
Before that, after a whole night of being out, this fucker gets like his face all like fucked up and scratched. Because obviously he tried to fuck a female cat. She wasn't going for
Yes,
it.
he basically tried to assault a girl, and she said no, and
He got
fucked him up.
he got scratched enough that he got like a fucking like infection and everything. Jesus. This fucker was still screaming.
And that's when you said it's time to waterboard the cat.
I took him and I turned the fucking faucet on. I put him under the faucet. The next night he was still screaming. And then eventually
it didn't work.
you
You waterboarded your cat and it didn't work.
The point is,
It did nothing.
it
Hey,
didn't.
you should send him to Guantanamo Bay.
The point is, it didn't stop until we cut off his balls.
Okay, so just like a preface here, I did not know he did that because I caught him before he tried to do it.
Castration good, waterboarding bad.
Waterboarding is bad. It's a fucking animal. But I caught him beforehand because I saw him with the cat. He was holding the cat and the sink was on. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
So you didn't waterboard the cat. You tried to.
No.
And you stopped.
This is the second time I tried to waterboard.
Yeah, when
So-
I was
okay,
not around.
Okay.
Look,
So are these separate incidents?
Separate-
Yes.
Okay.
the point is, we
Fuck
need
cats.
we need to out.
waterboard them, drown them.
No, that's not the point. The point
Should
is,
go all zero dark purity.
no. The point is,
Oh, I'm gonna keep
I agree that we should outlaw waterboarding, and in turn do ball cutting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I-
love that, dude.
Is
They're
it-
totally on board.
I think that's already the consensus, right? You don't waterboard your cats, you castrate them. That's already the consensus. I
So-
think.
So the point is, we need to outlaw the death sentence, and instead just do ball cutting.
Oh.
On humans.
For
So that
humans.
just
I see where you're at. We got here from South Korea, just to be clear. This is how we arrived here, but you're right.
and you say that, but would he let me waterboard
Okay,
him?
okay.
Would he let me
Ima-
cut
And
off?
then let you castrate.
Ima-
them.
Exactly, yeah.
And imagine how much pedophiles you could cut down.
Oh my
Like,
god.
how many rates?
No,
of
I'm
pedophiles-
with you, bro.
How
I'm
many
with you.
rates of pedophiles you could cut down if you just cut their balls off?
I say one or the other. Kill them or castrate them. Don't spend my tax monies paying for them to exist in prison. right?
Yeah, just cut their balls.
Yeah. I'm pro capital punishment and anti prison. So I like quick solutions. Quick drastic solutions. I'm with you. I'm so with you. Castrate pedophiles or kill them. Don't not put them in prison because I don't want to fucking pay for it.
Castrate the healthcare CEOs too.
Yeah. Castrate everyone I don't like while we're at it. Okay, so here's my last contribution to Behind the Curtain before we close for the evening. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, David and Jenny, for being here. Here's my last.
Oh, and thank you for writing the story.
Yeah, thanks for lying to us, you son of a bitch.
Let's hear that last one.
Lying effectively. My last contribution. Syria?
I was about to say Siri.
Siri?
Siri? Play
Siri.
the what was it, the hall
What's going on in Syria?
Hey Google, play In the Hall of the Mountain King.
Thank you.
That's one for the viewers.
Deadly Pigeon says, dude, ellipses, ... Actually, not even funny. I'm not even joking around anymore. Dude does not deserve to have any animals. Kinda cringe that you said that.
Oh.
Arrest this. You're gonna get castrated after this. I hope you understand. So anyway, Syria? What's going on in Syria? You guys know about this? Syria? Is a power vacuum? Power vacuum, Syria? You guys heard about this? Am I the only one who's heard about this?
Might be you. You might have to teach us.
All right, Alex, for the viewers at home, can you give us just a couple updates on Syria?
So there was a coup, and now there's a power vacuum in Syria. And Israel is taking this opportunity to bomb the shit out of them. Yeah. That's basically where we're at, as far as I know.
Have you guys seen the pictures of Bashar Assad? Have you guys seen some of the leaked pictures?
Oh,
that
you
he-
were.
I was showing you these earlier.
All right, let me
Dude,
see
you
if I can
gotta
find
put these
it.
on screen share. These are fucking
You're
crazy.
gonna screen share them?
Yeah, no, we're definitely going
No,
to
they're-
expose him. Yes,
So,
we're gonna
It's-
hashtag expose Bashar al-Assad.
so while I'm looking this up, who is that?
Bashar Assad was the dictator who got ousted. He basically he leadership, and they invaded like his palaces in like kind of the nicer areas of Syria, I guess.
What's his name?
Bashar, Bashar, Assad, Assad. Look up swimsuit pics. Dude, he's like they found a bunch of pictures. He had
Get
like
ready
4
to
albums.
fat, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, get torqued up right now. Good.
What?
I really like this.
This
is an official
Sigma.
statement.
What is Sigma? What an alpha? Look at this. Look at this.
what it is.
You may not like it, but this is what peak masculinity looks like.
Why is he so hairless?
Dude, I was talking with Alex about this earlier. Like, they're literally the least masculine pictures I have ever seen. It's insane.
Look at this guy. Wait, here.
Are you screen sharing?
He's screen
Yeah.
sharing. Look at this guy.
Right click on that and click open image in new tab.
I didn't do new tab, but
You left Clay.
Right click on it. On the image. Yes.
Oh god, yeah.
look at this guy versus this guy.
Yeah, the one on the left, that's the dictator of Syria. The one with the juicy ass. That's the dictator of
This guy fucks all three of them. Confirmed. So who is this?
That's
You
the
showed
show
me
on the
this
side.
guy earlier. Who
That's the guy who got ousted.
So he
used chemical weapons on people in Syria for years before he got ousted.
Oh, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
So
But that's
okay,
why-
it's
that's-
okay to belittle and make fun of him then.
Yes, dude, that's why I am making fun of his swimsuit pics. I wouldn't do this with just a normal person, but this guy did use chemical weapons on his own people. So
Well, fuck.
fuck him, dude. Yeah.
Well, Evan. All right. Did you have anything else? Is there any other news?
Wait. Just the last bit of news. You pulled up an article for the school shooter.
Yes. Yes, I did. Yes, folks, our hearts go out to the people in Madison, Wisconsin. David, would you like to tell us more about this?
All right, folks at home, we have our very first FEMS. This is our very first DEI shooter. The motive for a shooting that killed a teacher and a student and wounded others at a Wisconsin school appears to be a combination of factors. The police chief said Tuesday he appealed to the public to share what they might know about the 15-year-old girl who attacked a study hall before shooting herself. Madison Police Chief Sean Behrens offered no details about a possible motive, although he said bullying at Adamant Life School would be investigated.
What?
So what makes this one interesting is that it's a 15-year-old girl. That's it.
That is interesting.
You have a friend.
So this guy, So tell us, David, for the podcast, what is a femcel?
It's a
FemCell definition.
okay. I mean, the definition is that femcells don't exist. There's no such thing. Because
Based opinion.
because guess what? This girl actually had a boyfriend.
Oh, the femcell shooter wasn't a femcell.
She
So
had-
why are we calling her femcell? Why is that?
Because it's just the usual.
Because someone who gets laid wouldn't do this? Is that
That's just it's because of the stereotype. The stereotype is that someone who shoots us down in school is someone who doesn't have like anything going on in their life. They tend to be losers. They tend to be incels. For the very first time, you've had like a female actually be like the one who does.
okay?
An interesting thing about this case is that when pictures of her got leaked and it first started spreading in the news, this was all yesterday. A bunch of people on the right automatically assumed that she was trans
Whoa. Okay.
because that's kind of like there's actually another born as female person who shot at school, but they were trans.
That was in Nashville.
Nashville, exactly.
That was in Green Hills.
That was
last
happening
year.
in school
Yeah.
shooting.
So
Yeah.
because of that, from now on, and this is my prediction, anytime you have like a female school shooter, they're always going to assume it's a trans person because they're assuming, oh, it's all the drugs they're taking. That's the reason they're going crazy and doing all this or that.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to politicize it, definitely. Yeah. I mean, there are crazy people from any background.
From any background, yeah.
And
This is the one femcel that did this.
But he's saying she had a boyfriend. And that's not part of the story because then she's not a femcel.
She's a femcel that felt like she didn't belong. She
She
was bullied by her other
identifies
femcells.
as a femcel.
Yeah. No, honestly, our hearts go out to the people in Madison, Wisconsin. This sucks.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Not with the shooter.
Yeah, not with the shooter.
So what happened to the shooter?
She killed herself.
Okay.
Which is something I just learned reading from the article. I assume the police just did it because they usually, do the job.
Yeah. Like with the one in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome
Or
footage.
the one in Uvalde.
Just fucking folded this human being. Like folded in half before they hit the ground.
But I just hate the fact that like I saw so many posts on Twitter about the situation, people saying like, oh, this is proof that females are evil or whatever. Which is like
seems legit.
no, I mean it's stupid when you consider okay, but when it's just a stupid thing. It's like when a man like does something like evil, it's like, oh, that's just the norm. But when a female does it,
It must be an insult.
or it must be an insult, it must be like, oh, this is proof that females are evil, or it's like a man doing something is just a default, and anytime it's something different from that, it's like
This is typical male behavior if it's a school shooter.
or
If it's a female school shooter, there must be something wrong.
Well,
Kinda what you're saying?
I think that people always examine motive in these kind of things. I think that's a pretty important part of it, is understanding why someone would do something like that. It's not like we just chalk it up to he was a guy who was pissed, You gotta understand what made them do something like that.
I agree with you. Is that how it's reported, you think?
no.
Yeah,
That's,
So I'm
there's something going on here. You usually, and this is topical, SSRIs are usually always involved with these kind of people.
wait, because that's the thing. She was on that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I didn't know that. I didn't even know this happened until y'all got here and told me earlier.
Yeah, but that she was an.
I'm not
yeah.
surprised at all.
Yeah, happened
Most school
yesterday.
shooters are SSRIs. That's a fact.
What is that?
Well, yeah,
School
because
shooter
they're-
No.
something, something.
It's like depression drugs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're on like behavioral.
I feel like it's more so the depression and the anxiety that's not being treated by the SSRIs.
Interesting. So, okay, pre-existing conditions, not the drug themselves.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because the question is like there could be a thing where like, does it really treat that, or is it just a suppression thing? Because a suppression, when you think of the word suppression isn't really a treatment for the thing. It's literally that. It's like
It's
just
supposed
keep
to
it
be
in that
suppression.
bay,
Mm.
but it doesn't really solve what's like.
And clearly doesn't
For
work
me, it doesn't
since
solve
it happens
because-
often.
I will say something about that because he does not take antidepressants.
Go off, Queen.
Thanks. So yeah, I did take antidepressants for a long time.
And how many schools did you shoot up?
None.
That's an anomaly.
Yeah, isn't it? Well, I also did not have a gun, but I also had someone who knew how to use a gun. So yeah, I think it's more of a
It's a depression issue, not a pharmaceutical issue.
exactly.
Okay.
Do you guys think it's fair to say there's a mental health issue gripping this country right now?
I mean,
I
yeah,
think-
Absolutely.
I think there's a mental health issue with all people in the entire world. I don't think I've ever met
That too.
anyone that was sane in my entire life. Because we live in a society and we're not supposed to. We're supposed to be in the trees right now, looking, picking bugs out of each other's hair and like warring with other tribes of monkeys and like
I mean,
eating bananas and grass.
well, I would say, yeah, I was about to say, like, women, we do that because we groom each other like monkeys, and we're also like
fighting against men 90% of the time.
So women have not evolved beyond monkeys, is your opinion, not mine. You're just saying that.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Okay, but
All right, there you go. Yeah.
adding on to what you're saying, it's like it's completely true. Like I think an interesting thing about mental health is that it kind of has like a different effect depending on what culture you're like raised in. And I think a big fault of American culture is that we're like really into American is that we're really
Fuck yeah.
So something I've noticed, because I'm kind of like in that in between space about American culture that's very distinct from other cultures, is that we're really into extremes.
Yeah.
We're very into dichotomies, either this or that. Like the easiest way you can see this is like think of the things we drink. It's either super sugary and super high calorie, or it's zero.
Yeah.
How many drinks do you see that are in between?
No, you make a good point. It's either 0 sugar, 0 calorie, or it's way too much goddamn sugar.
Yeah. We Americans totally exist in just
You're right. It's
in extremes. You're either super left, wokey, like liberal, or you're like super right wing based or whatever. There's
no middle ground.
There's no middle ground.
That's true. I think this is a global issue, but I think it is predominant in America.
Mm-hmm.
This is an internet thing, right?
Yeah.
But the internet, like freedom of speech, makes it more of an American issue than other countries.
Yes, because the internet, the cool thing about the internet is that, okay, back then, if you were like extremely into one specific fetish or one autistic thing, how many outlets did you have for it like 50 years ago?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. So you kind of had to moderate yourself. But what about now? You go onto the internet, if you want to fuck toasters, you have like a whole subreddit for fucking toasters.
Okay.
Like the internet gives you an outlet to go into whatever extreme you want.
Yeah.
If you want to be like
you can go further and further down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, you go on r/popcorn dick.
like, if you want to be super hardcore right wing based, and you go there. If you go to you want to be super hardcore socialist, anti this, anti that,
go to New York Times.
There's an outlet for everything when that didn't exist back then.
Sure. Yeah. It's easier to become more radical on both sides of things. Yeah.
Yeah. And the lamest, most cucked thing you can be is someone in the middle.
A fence sitter. That's what they're called.
Yeah, someone in the middle.
You know, so one thing I agree with you. I think it is becoming less left and right and more authority versus liberty, which is a conversation I'm more interested in. So I'm glad that people are kind of, that's the conversation now. Because I see like everyone is fed up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's fucking pissed. Someone just got killed in broad daylight and everyone on both sides went, fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. It's not just
broad
America.
Daylight, it was 6 a.m.
6 a.m., almost broad daylight. Fair enough. It was not. It was early daylight. But the whole world went, fuck yeah.
Yeah, because it's like mainstream media versus
that's the mainstream opinion is fuck that guy. It's kind of an outlier to go, hey, maybe we shouldn't. This guy had a wife and kids. Is a minority opinion.
We're at a point where mainstream isn't even really mainstream anymore.
So we are more in the conversation now of authority versus liberty and less Democrat versus Republican, which I'm very glad to see, because it's always been authority versus the people. That's always actually been the issue, but they divide us over left and right,
or
over male and female,
cultural issues, or this or that, or like shit that doesn't really fucking matter.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, folks, we'd like to send a message home to you from the people at BTC. Rise up against your oppressors. Rise up against those who seek to oppress you, aka your oppressors. That's good. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in tonight. We're going to tie it off here. Guys, read the news, all right? Be prepared for next week, because we're coming at you with some hot stories and some hotter guests. You guys have a good night.
Whoa.
Take it easy. Thank you for tuning in to BTC. And before you go, quick plug from my end here. Tune in to Johnny Mac. It's a buddy of mine, Johnny with an H and Mac with 2 C's. Just released a new song today. It was a YouTube live release. You guys should tune in and check it out. I'm gonna go around the table here. Do you guys have any plugs you'd like to plug?
I am so glad you said that. Yes, check out Johnny Mac's new music video out like a couple of hours ago, like right when we started this. I meant to bring that up. I appreciate you. That's all I got to plug.
What about you, Dave? Anything?
I don't have anything to plug. Let's just read the last few comments.
Oh, go ahead.
What's the topic? Y'all talking about CEO, dude? I mean, that was earlier, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, at one
When
point.
this live stream's over, we were talking about that at the very beginning, so you can go back and watch that once we get off of here.
Yeah, you're gonna need to donate on the Patreon.
Yeah. but Jenny, David, thank you both so much.
Oh, actually, Jenny, do you have any plugs?
I'd like to plug my phone charger in when I get home.
Hell yeah. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in tonight. Y'all take it easy. Join us about the same time next month. We'll talk about some more news stories. Have a good night. Stay safe.